Okay, guys, I do believe we are live. It's just been the Xbox showcase, as you know. Who is hyped? Pretty damn amazing show. Not enough indie goodness, of course, but I understand the reasoning behind it, and they definitely delivered some back-to-back bangers, as they might say. But yes, exciting times, guys. That was a pretty damn awesome show. We've got a great crew of us here already, and we've got another one joining us in a second. We've got Paul AFC coming through in a minute too. But yeah, I think we need to go straight to Stubbsy, our special guest, and just say congratulations, my friend. You got your gears. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm very hyped. As Scott might have heard, I was sending loud voice notes in a WhatsApp group, screaming my excitement. I was. It's a shame you can't get him on the show because you can hear it.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it, Stubbs.
We need a recreation.
I know.
You got to bring the hype back over here.
Depends if I'm allowed to swear, you see.
Oh, I see. Well, it all depends. I guess. Yeah. Just go for it if you want to. Screw it, as they say. But yeah, no, thanks for joining us for this, Stubbs. I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts on Gears. I know you've been really hyped for hoping that was going to appear.
Yeah. Don't talk about Gears until we're at least an hour into the show.
Yeah, I was going to say I could be evil. It's like the last thing.
Ball them like that, man.
I was going to say, right, what we'll do is we go through one by one, in chronological order.
Well, the thing is, in WhatsApp that I'm in with Stubbs, we're like halfway through the show, and he's like, "Where's Gears? Where's Gears?" And it's like, Stubbs, if it's there, it's at the end of the show, and he's like, "Where's still no Gears?" It's like, come on, man, it's gonna be the show closer if it's coming.
I knew it was gonna be. It's like it was building up to that, wasn't it? Like, I mean, especially when we got like over like 3/4 of the way or halfway, it really felt like the quality was so high. That was an amazing show. They had back-to-back. Every game was top quality, and they never let up, like I said a moment ago. But yeah, let's introduce everyone else. Obviously, you know these guys anyway, but Scott, my friend, thanks for joining me for another show. 3 days in a row, is it? How are you doing, bro?
Back to back.
Yeah, so how are you feeling after the showcase?
Yeah, honestly, feeling good. I said to you in the green room, as it is. I think that's kind of like how you do it, like we obviously have seen some good shows, but after Summer Games Fest on Friday, I was a little bit like, it's not like E3 of old. E3 of old for us lot who've grown up with it, was unbelievably exciting. Definitely. And this kind of captured not the same way, because obviously the different types of showcases these days, but I think this kind of captured that same feeling that you got back in the day, as it were. So yeah, really good show, and really excited to chat to you fine gentlemen about it all.
Amazing. Yeah, no, absolutely. It was certainly a stellar showing. Unfortunately, there was one game that I would like to have seen lacking, as Ruby has already alluded to in the chat there, of course. Yeah, no Silksong, I'm afraid, this time, but it's all good, guys. And the thing is, like we were just saying again, it felt like anything could happen, so I was on the thinking that it might actually, because it was one of those shows where they were just pulling it out, every single trump card they had. But unfortunately, no Silksong this time. But yeah, maybe we'll get it when we get it. So it's going to happen, guys, but it's just not right now. So yes, thanks for being part of it, Scott. Luke, my friend, great to have you back on. Always a pleasure. And how are you feeling after that show, my friend?
Yeah, I thought it was excellent. Really, really good show. Probably the best one Xbox have ever done.
Yeah, I would say
certainly the best one I can remember. Yeah, I think pretty much everything that I wanted to be there. Some nitpicks with certain stuff. It's real nitpick.
Yeah,
and it's not sure.
Oh, you're chopping out a little bit in and out for some reason.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, well, that's hopefully it'll pick up.
Yeah, so little bits of words are getting just cut off for some reason, just to let you know.
Yeah, no worries. It'd be good to talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Definitely, let's do it. I have a feeling I know what nitpicks you might be alluding to there, but we'll get into it. We'll go through, maybe we'll do it through as actually chronologically. I suppose that's probably a good way of doing it, isn't it, guys? Scroll through the games and give us a refresher. Do you reckon that's a good way of approaching this?
Yep.
Should we do it like that? Because there was 30 games, if I counted correctly. Did I miss any, guys?
Oh, nice.
I
didn't count.
Didn't count everything. No. Well, I've got a list. I made a list, guys. I'm very organised for once.
It's 30.
It is. That's right. Is it? Okay. Because I thought I might have missed one when I was just getting.
I've got a graphic, you see, with all the games on.
Oh, brilliant! That's great. Actually, I might grab that if you want to pop it in my sneaky little hole. No, pop it in my DM thing. Excuse me.
Twitter or Discord?
Twitter will be great. Cheers, buddy. Yeah, and I might bring that one up as well. But yeah, cool. Thank you, everyone who's joining us. We'll dive into a recap, I guess you could say, of all of it, and we can give our thoughts on everything we saw. Because there's a lot of quality in there. So, again, I just say, obviously, missed personally and on my slant of things is there. I'd like to a few more indie games in there, but the ones we did get, as Luke said a moment ago, were quality and but like no replaced and things like that. So I don't know. It's all good. I know exactly what Xbox are doing, and they're doing the right thing, even though I would love more indies out of it. And they're in a stage in their sort of setup at the moment where they really need to re-establish themselves as a strong player. So they've done the right thing, in my opinion. That's my take on it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yeah,
I think that's fair. And obviously, we've seen Replaced before. It is a they did do an article on it on Xbox Wire just this weekend.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's playable at Summer Game Fest. So and like you say, it's not like they didn't have any indies whatsoever. I think something like, I know we'll kind of get into them, but I think something like Winterborough, for example, I think that game getting a presence at this type of showcase, I think is excellent for that type of game, So.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and we'll dive into all of that, but yeah, be good to recap because it goes past so quickly. So it'd be nice to refresh. I think we're gonna. I might lean on Luke and Scott especially a little bit more today because it's more AAA kind of focus. So you might be my saviors. But yeah, I mean, I did see a lot of stuff that I loved as well, especially Doom. Anyway, let's get into doing all that straight away, then, guys. I'm just gonna quickly shout out actually before we do that. Sorry, and Ruby, tell us. Thank you very much for joining us, or Tells. I never know how to pronounce your name. Let me know one day. I'll get it right every time for you then. We got Paul joining us as well, saying even the mouse game looked good and on Game Pass. Yeah, a ton of it was on Game Pass, wasn't it? I think it was all on Game Pass even. I don't know. Pretty much anyway, it felt like. Amazing stuff. So who else do we have in the chat? We got Paul AFC in there as well. Feel free to hop on whenever you've just done it, literally. Amazing timing. Fantastic stuff. Yeah, Paul joining us as well. Don't know if you're ready to chat at the moment, my friend. But yeah, welcome if you are. You good to go?
How you doing, boys?
Hey.
How you doing? Oh my god!
Doing,
Fucking hell, that was a showcase.
It wasn't bad, was
I don't
it?
care about anything else. I was just waiting for Gears of War.
Yeah, you got your
Scott's in the process of trying to get my voice notes onto the computer to play my reactions.
Yeah, I can't get them, man,
my
because WhatsApp saves them in a shitty format that things
Right.
aren't recognizing. I would have to go and convert them and things like that. Actually, I'll go and get my phone. I think the easiest way to do it is just to play the phone.
play
down.
it,
Like,
sure,
won't be
yeah.
the highest quality.
Good
but
shot. Let's
Oh
do
my
it.
god, man!
Let's do
Oh my
it.
god!
I love
My
it,
emotions
yeah.
are just running rampant at the moment. The adrenaline, the excitement.
Amazing.
I just
bro.
waited for the whole showcase just for that. I was hoping it was going to be called Gears of War, and potentially a reboot. I thought, nah, they're going to do a Gear 6, and it's going to follow on with Kate's story.
Yeah,
The fact that when I saw a young Marcus and Dom, I was like,
Definitely.
it just chills, man, chills.
yeah. It was looking pretty damn sweet, and I think it's the
Let's
best move to go back to. The roots. I would say is going to be a good shout. I think so. I think that would be awesome. But yeah, I wonder what they're going to do in terms of the game and everything. How they're going to. I guess obviously it's a prequel and just set before the times and stuff, but I don't know a lot about it, obviously. But just great to see it for you guys, and obviously I'll be playing it as well because that's the good thing about Game Pass. Just hop on, can't you? But yeah, thanks for joining us, though, Paul. It's great to have you back on. It's it's been a pleasure so far. So
shout out to all you guys, Indy, Luke, Stubbsy.
Your Gears
I'm always
partner.
trolling Stubbsy on a WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
He loves it.
Yeah.
He loves the attention.
Somehow he's got on the show, so I don't know how he's got through. He's broken down the barrel.
Gate crashed him.
There was no games, was there?
I keep ribbing him because all he plays is Roblox. Apparently, it's his,
yes,
his
son,
little ones. And I'm like, no, you're lying. You're lying.
Yeah, it's his son playing Gears of War as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be playing Gears of War now.
Yeah,
Yes,
get something back in. Nice, fantastic stuff, guys. Yeah, should we go through it all? Do you want to talk about go about Gears of War, you guys? What do you want to do?
Yeah, let's go through it. Let's go for it.
Let's go for it.
Let's
Just
hold
build
that
up.
excitement.
It sounds
Yeah.
good. I can sense your excitement. But yeah, there's lots of other great stuff too. Fabulous stuff, guys. Yeah, thank you everyone who's joining us. As I say, I'm going to bring up the stream as well then. And yeah, let's dive into, I guess, the first thing, which was, of course, Call of Duty. I think Randall 4 actually called Call of Duty coming up in this showcase, and not just the final deeper dive, which is pretty cool. I wasn't sure whether this was the other game. Oh gosh, I've forgotten the name of it now. Oh god, the smuggling game that they've got on the way. God, I forgot.
Contraband.
Yeah,
Contraband.
I wondered if it was contraband just randomly for one point when it was a bit like that sort of thing, but in the end, obviously, it made it a bit clearer.
Yeah, actually, that just reminded me. We didn't see Contraband.
Yeah.
Although I do think the dev didn't they go through some layoffs just this past week or something?
Did they?
If I'm not mistaken, so I'm not too sure where that's at. But
right.
yeah, I thought it was an interesting way to open the show. I'm not too sure it was the best way to open the show. I was like, oh, hold on. When I saw it, obviously we had the big showcase afterwards, and I guess it's just it's really just trying to establish the Call of Duty brand name with the Xbox brand name. I think that's really what they were doing with it. But I think it was certainly a choice to open the show with Black Ops. I really don't think the show started until the next.
Yeah, well, it definitely started.
Yeah, this is the pre-show. This is the pre-show.
I thought
it was the starter.
I thought it was actually quite. I was quite pleased it was starting, because my worry was they would show this at the end and then roll into the direct.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
yeah. So I thought, oh, that's actually quite good to get it out of the way now, because people aren't. I don't think they're the same. There's a huge overlap in the audience that's going to watch the showcase for the rest of the stuff and Call of Duty. So it's nice to just go, here's a Call of Duty trailer. I thought actually it looked really nice, and I'll definitely play the single player 100%. Like it looked cool, but I thought it was the right choice to lead it with this, and then actually have the real banger directly after it. You know what I mean? So,
our banger.
Yeah.
I mean, it did look good though, Call of Duty. I mean, I've not played Call of Duty since Black Ops 3, I think it is, but being in Game Pass, I will definitely give it a little whirl again. And actually, I thought all of the stuff they showed of Call of Duty from the after bit as well looked really quite solid, actually. But yeah, about all you guys, Paul, how did you feel about Call of Duty? You like what you saw, or how did you feel about them opening with it?
I was quite surprised that they opened with it, because I understand why. It's it's like Luke said, it's that brand establishment, and it kind of makes sense. I was expecting something like Perfect Dark or something like that to open, but I'm not the biggest Call of Duty player, because I do the campaigns, but when I get into them, but I mean I haven't really played them since 2019, to be fair. I mean I tried the beta on the Modern Warfare 2, and I just can't get on with the multiplayer. I just get angry. I just get annihilated, and I just rage quit, and that's me done. So I'm much more into Battlefield or your Halos, and you got a bit more time to kill. Maybe because I'm old.
Yeah, that's it's quite twitchy, isn't it? The old, Cool. Yeah, it's not. It's not something I play a lot of these days. But again, the Game Pass factor of it, I'll definitely check out a campaign of it, and it's looking pretty cool.
Yeah, it's looking good. I'll certainly check out the campaign, 100%. So, I'm there.
Good stuff.
It looks good, and I was pleased that we got a good look at it before the direct. So
definitely, I think it's a good move. I think they've really put this showcase well together as a whole. It's very well pieced together, showcase to pacing and everything, and just the tactical element of it, like Luke said there, having that on early, because that will grab the wider audience who are not necessarily going to stick around all the way through, maybe. But yeah, just everything was really well pieced together, I think, in every way. Apart from not enough indies, but of course I'm going to say that. But yeah, Stubbs, how did you feel about the opener for the show?
Yeah, I mean, as everyone else said, I didn't expect Call of Duty Black Ops 6 to be the first trailer shown, but it, it's really helping establish Xbox with the Call of Duty brand. And I really liked it because years ago, I don't know if any of you lot know, I used to play Call of Duty. I used to be one of these years ago on Xbox 360 and PS4.
I think we all were, weren't we, basically?
I used to play Call of Duty all the time. I used to even have a clan and everything.
Yeah, nice.
But then I used to buy it every year for 70 quid and then stop playing it. However, with it being in Game Pass, I will play it, definitely.
Yeah, it's in Game Pass, isn't it? Yeah, like they're aiming for those high numbers, aren't they? That's gonna.
They may do it. They may do it. They've got to get the marketing right, but I think they could get a bigger bump for this, for the Call of Duty's been in there. They could do. But yeah, I felt it was a good start to the show. It was Prodigy, weren't it? It was good. It was good music in the soundtrack.
Oh yeah, Prodigy's always a good choice.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was to start with. I didn't.
Oh, I recognised it straight away.
Yeah, you can't.
No, I recognised the song. I just meant the game.
Oh yeah. Cool.
Because you don't play Call of Duty, that's why.
I don't play it.
Don't play games.
Last one last one I played was, I think it was Call of Duty World War 2.
Yeah.
No, 3. It was 3 on the PS4.
Not World War 3, yeah.
Is it World at War? Not that one.
Sorry, bad joke.
I can't remember. It was, yeah.
It probably was 3 at some point, maybe. Yeah. But yeah, World War 2, yeah.
It must have been that one. But yeah, it's a good start to the show.
Cool.
Good looking game.
Lovely. Fantastic. So yeah, let's move on to one of our, no doubt, especially me, Luke and Scott, and I know that for sure. One of our highlights, I haven't even asked him, but I just know it will be. And that is the glorious Doom, and it looks amazing. I cannot wait. This is definitely one of my top picks from this show, probably up there, the best picks that for me are, massive Doom fan. And it looked really, really cool. Exactly what we were talking about the other day, that mechanical kind of vibe to it. Did you get what you wanted from it, Luke?
Yeah, it looked terrific, didn't it? Unsurprisingly, it looked. It's basically how I pictured it in my mind's eye,
exactly.
Roughly speaking. So, I thought it looked, visually incredible as expected.
Definitely,
I expect it'll look even better on launch as well.
Be good if it worked. Sorry, I'm just having trouble with my streaming. There you go, got it back now. Sorry about
that. The weapons were cool. They've gone for like this hybrid of modern and medieval, ancient almost. There's some new weapons in there, so that weird. I don't know how to describe it. It was sort of like a spreader, but it used like a skull. A skull
that looks great.
To shoot. So like grinded that up, and then toward the end they had like a bolt gun, like an impaler, which looked really, really cool. So that was awesome. And it looked like it was quite big in terms of scale. I don't know what they're going for in terms of like the gameplay. Is in whether it will be a bit more open than Eternal. Eternal was a bit open in some areas, but this looked like it had pretty big areas. I'm not sure how I feel about that element of it. It depends on how they incorporate that with hopefully the kind of classic Doom corridor stuff, right? I think they're probably going for both. But it looked cool. You can pilot a mech in it. Like it's just the Doomslayer design was awesome.
The fur. I love the fur.
The fur. Yeah, I'm really worried because literally directly behind me, I've got like what must be a 3-foot Doomslayer statue.
From another one.
And if they bring another one based on the Dark Ages, I don't have the space. But it was awesome. It was a really good trailer and coming out next year. So great.
Yeah, amazing, isn't it? Great news. Scotty baby, excited?
Yeah, I mean, Luke kind of said it better than I could. It looks fantastic. Agree with him about the weapons. The sort of giant mech kaiju type battles look looked pretty cool. The fur looked cool. I think it's just a really interesting concept for Doom, kind of going to that sort of era.
Yeah,
the weapons in particular just look fantastic. 2025 as well, so not too far away.
Yeah.
And to be fair, one of the good things about this trailer in particular was lots of gameplay. So it wasn't just like a cinematic or anything. Lots of gameplay for us to see. Yeah, and not to get into it, but confirmed for PS5 as well. So part of that whole shift of Microsoft's kind of multi-platform strategy come to PlayStation 5 day one. Obviously, Game Pass for us Game Pass subscribers as well. But yeah, look fantastic. Absolutely one of the highlights of the show.
The shield as well. I forgot about the shield.
Shield's
Awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
Chainsaw.
Definitely. Yeah, it looks amazing. So I'm so ready for this. I like the way they've got still the kind of chain thing going on there and everything. It's sort of still got the establishing stuff that they've done in Eternal, it seems, but it's always the way they build on stuff, don't they, and twist it and stuff. But yeah, it's really cool thematic sort of change up to things. I like that. But yeah, Paul, any thoughts on Doom, my friend? Did you enjoy the other Dooms and you're looking forward to this one?
Yeah, I mean, Luke and Scott made some really great points, so I'm just going to kind of add on to that. I thought the art style looks really good. That kind of dark and gritty kind of browns and blacks looks really really contrast versus Eternal, which was a bit more vibrant.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, me personally, I did struggle a bit with Eternal because it was so frenetic. I mean, I was playing on a controller, which is probably not the best. So I did struggle a little bit. and
well, it's probably not as easy as
maybe it's a skill issue.
No, not at all. You never give yourself credit, you do.
Well, I did beat Returnal 3 times, so I'll play that one.
There you go. Exactly. That's not easy.
Yeah. And I thought this looked, like Luke was saying, a much more open space, and it didn't seem like you was overwhelmed as much, which would probably suit my style a bit more because I'm a kind of run and gunner. Whereas in Eternal, you was just bombarded with enemies after enemy after enemy, and some of them were quite challenging. And this one looks a lot more spaced out, and I'm thinking, I'm digging this. I mean, there is obviously.
I would imagine we're still probably going to be faced with extreme amounts of enemies. But sorry to throw that to you.
Yeah, there will be some tense moments.
Just play on keyboard and mouse, man.
I think I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to do that.
Yeah, exactly. If you feel.
I mean, Doom's a great franchise. Let's be honest. It's
change the field of view. That will help as well.
Yes.
Put on easy.
Yeah. Put it on easy. Yeah, exactly. Put the cheat mode on.
Change field of view. I suppose.
I mean, the weapons look pretty cool. I'm not sure what I was kind of expecting because I thought it's probably just going to be like Doom Eternal, not really innovate too much and just set in a kind of older kind of age. But
yeah,
it looks like they've really thought about what they're going to do differently because the mechanics look. I mean, they look great. I mean, that shield sequence looks awesome. Kind of reminds me of Gears, Stubbsy?
Gears.
Obviously, there's some familiar weapons in there with the shotgun. No doubt there's going to be lots of new ones like the Impaler. But yeah, I thought it was a really good showing, and I can't wait to play it next year. It's going to be great, and it's you say it's multi-platform, isn't it?
Yes, that's what Scott was saying. I think,
which is good because it's historically been on everything. So me personally, I have no issue with that whatsoever. So
no, that's cool.
Just get it in my hands. I want it.
Sounds good, buddy. Yeah, absolutely. Stubbsy, baby, did you enjoy the Doom reveal? Was that a nice one for you? Have you checked out the other Dooms? Or?
Yeah, I thought that one looked really good. I haven't actually played Doom Eternal, which I'm going to correct now.
Oh, you should.
I am. I'm going to download it and play it. And the only other Doom I played was
2013?
16?
The old ones, back in the day.
Yeah, the 64s. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I recently played the ones on the Xbox. They re-released some old ones, didn't they? Like, or was that Quake? Or was that Doom?
That was Quake, I think you're thinking of, probably.
Oh, right, sorry.
If it was the recent things,
it was the Quake. I'm getting mixed up. But no, I haven't. But I'm really looking forward to this game because it really looks bloody good. It looks like a lot of hard work's been put into that. The visual style, it's kind of like dark and gritty, like Gears, like you say.
Yes,
that's what you want.
is.
Yeah.
It is. Got that word in there, didn't I?
Good lad.
Out of the dark and gritty.
But yeah, I'll be downloading Eternal, and I will be playing it. So
I'll be watching those achievements, Stubbsy.
yeah, you can watch. You can watch it. See him go up.
Watching his son play it.
Yeah.
I will admit one thing. I will be playing the game on easy mode, so because I'll get battered otherwise. I'm shit at games. Oh, sorry.
try it on a higher level. Then if you find it too hard, then turn it down. Is my advice.
Okay, I will. All right, I'll try that.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's just like admitting defeat before you started.
That's true.
That's my take. Anyway, but yeah, a thingy bob went off a second ago. I don't know what it was for though. So as someone hasn't dropped a super chat or anything, no. One of my alert boxes went off. I don't know what the hell that was for though. So yeah, maybe someone just subscribed. If you subscribed a second ago, thank you very much. Doesn't actually tell me any alerts that haven't popped up or anything. Maybe
you're not on mute, are you?
No, that's what I was most fearful of. Well, if you've been answering all the questions without that on this show, then that would be shocking. Yeah, everyone, you can hear us. Oh yeah, I'm just double checking that now, guys, in the chat. Let us know. Is all our audio balanced well, and can you hear every one of us? Thanks for saving us yesterday, Luke, again, by the way.
That wasn't too bad, because I done my podcast last week and it was 9 minutes 35. Paul S told me I can't hear anyone. So
that's a lot less than we had.
Yes.
Yeah.
On YouTube, you won't know now because I've cut that bit out.
Oh, okay.
But I do admit it though, at the 9-minute mark when Luke comes back in on it.
Well, mine's up there for everyone to hear, so there we go. But yeah, no, good stuff. He is. But yeah, no, definitely for me, Doom looks amazing, as I've said. But yeah, I love Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. Amazing games, definitely check them out if you haven't already, which I'm sure you probably have anyway. But Stubbsy hasn't though, so get on that.
I will.
But yeah, this was definitely one of my games of the show for sure, and I cannot wait to check out Doom personally. So fantastic. Yeah. Next up was State of Decay 3. Who wants to take State of Decay 3 firstly, guys?
I don't mind jumping on that one.
I thought you might.
I'm pretty excited for State of Decay.
Yeah.
I'll get kind of like this is kind of one of my critiques of the show though, as much as I'm excited for it.
I know what you're going to say. Yeah.
Which, not even a year, which has me a little bit worried because this was announced a long time ago.
Yeah.
The trailer, there was some bits that looked like gameplay, whether they turn out to be gameplay or whether they were some old school bullshots. I'm not too sure, but if those bits that did look like gameplay do end up being gameplay, obviously it's an Unreal Engine 5 game. I think the game has, from a visual perspective at the very least, the potential to be quite the looker. State of Decay 2, the State of Decay franchise has been fairly lower budget in comparison to a lot of other games, so this really is probably going to step up quite a bit compared to State of Decay 2, and anyone that's followed that will see just how much the team at Undead, actually I can't remember the team, is it Wushu Studios now, who's kind of taken over kind of the updates now that State of Decay Undead are focusing on.
I'm not sure. Do you know that, Luke?
3.
I'm not sure.
No.
Yeah, but anyway, I thought the trailer was good. Remains to be seen whether the gameplay bits were actual gameplay or just meant to look a bit like gameplay. I'm still really excited for it, but no date on it is a little bit disappointing. Obviously, I don't expect them to put like an exact date, but maybe a window would be good, because at the moment I'm kind of thinking, is this now 2026? And then it's like, oh well, why are we seeing this game in 2024?
Yeah. So when was it we got that one that was in the snow, that trailer?
Man, was that 2020 or something? 2021?
Probably, yeah. It's quite a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Obviously, that was kind of like a full, obviously, CG reveal trailer, which I don't mind. I don't mind the initial reveal of a game being CG. I think that's absolutely fine. But I think if you do that, next time you show the game, it's got to be representative of the game, preferably with gameplay. And I guess it remains to be seen whether that's what we got today. So then it's just a case of, right, well, when are we going to learn more? Are we going to be here next summer and thinking, the same thing. So yeah, just a little bit of a question mark on the dates, but otherwise I'm really excited for State of Decay 3. I think it has a huge amount of potential, and it's going to be good for Undead Labs to have the budget that I think they're going to have for this game that they've never had for previous games.
Absolutely. No, well said. Yeah, no, it seems like obviously we haven't seen technically the uncut gameplay, but seems already like a massive upgrade to it, doesn't it, and everything.
2020 it was
2020, was it? Yeah, so that's
2021. Yeah,
kind of not worrying, but I suppose it's taking their time over it, and but yeah, it's good to see it back, and I love the vibe of the trailer was really nice, but yeah, like, it would be good to see more gameplay at this stage, but maybe this stage isn't still that close. Hopefully not, but it's how it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was a cool trailer. Luke, my friend, any excitement for this one at all?
Yeah, I played a bit of both State of Decay 1 and State of Decay 2, and I quite like them both. I'm not a huge mega fan of the series or anything, but I did play a fair bit of the second one. And I think, echo what Scott said, really. I think it did seem that those little shots were gameplay, and if that is the case, then it's had a pretty massive glow up from State of Decay 2, which I guess it beats with bigger budget, bigger scope, and running on UE5. So it did look really nice for those gameplay segments.
Yeah.
There was something floating about on Reset area that said we were going to see 15 minutes of gameplay on June 11th. But
really?
Yeah, but that seems to have disappeared into the ether. So I don't know who that or where it came from, but maybe keep an eye out for it. But yeah, I thought it looked really nice, really, really nice. Be interesting to see how the scope of the actual gameplay is expanded from State of Decay 2 as well. What's new in it, stuff like that. But yes. Yeah, it looked good. It looked good.
Definitely good shot. I was just going to say, looking at it again, I do think, and maybe I'm being optimistic, but yeah, the bits which are interlaced into it, the actual supposedly gameplay bits, I think they do look like gameplay. I'm willing to believe they are.
Yeah.
They don't look out of the realm of
exactly.
You don't look at it and go, well, that's just not possible, is it? You know what I mean? It looks like it could be it looks like gameplay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it looks solid, and in the bits we see there, I think looking promising, and looking good overall. Any of you guys, Paul or Stubbsy, State of Decay 2, anyone? 3 even? That was a trick question.
I mean, the guys have kind of covered it already. I just wanted to see a bigger vertical slice of gameplay. Touching on the loot and kind of like the mission structure, but obviously that's going to come with time. But I thought when I first saw it, I thought, this is all CGI, no date. This is kind of move along. But obviously watching it a second time, I'm thinking, after seeing what Hellblade 2 can look like, that's quite possible that those little snippets are in game. So I've got a feeling that's what it's going to look like with the help of the Coalition, from what we understand. So it's shaping up to be very, very promising, and I just want to see more before I make a more thorough judgment on it. But it looks good. I just want to see more of the mechanics that kind of go into it, really.
Sounds
before
good.
I make a full judgment.
Yeah, good to see it being shown though, for sure. Shout out to Esky Boy joining us. Thank you very much for being here. And also Blue Moon FC in the chat too. Great to see you guys in. Blue Moon has said mixtape after I asked what your highlights were. And I'm with you there, my friend. That was definitely one of my highlights as well. So I like that. We'll get to that one for sure. I'm really excited I was to see that trailer. And what else did we see in the chat quickly?
Hold on.
Oh.
State of Decay 3 looked great.
All right, just take over. I'm just reading the chat stuff.
Sorry.
I was going to say to you in a minute. I'm just reading a few things out. It's all good.
It's the Stubbs cast.
Yeah, I forgot that. I forgot we changed shows. But don't worry, you might as well carry on now. Go on. What did you think of it?
Well, it looked really good because obviously I've previously played State of Decay 2. I bought it back when it was out. I didn't play a lot. I dipped in and out of it, but one thing I will say, if you buy a State of Decay game, they offer a lot of value because they don't just walk away from the game. They keep making more content. They upgrade the game. I believe that, might be wrong, but I think they might still be updating the game to this day. State of Decay 2. They're very big on community. They are. One thing you can't knock the studio for. They're big on community, updating it, new packs, etc. So it's not a game that they just finish and that's it. They're done. They're moved on. They probably had a small team doing all the updates for State of Decay 2, but this is a massive upgrade compared to State of Decay 2. It looks really beautiful, and I want to give it a go because, based off, it's obviously not going to be nothing like Hellblade 2, obviously, but the graphics in the trailer shown and what looks like the gameplay is quite excellent. So I'm going to give it a go, definitely.
Cool. Sounds good. Lovely stuff. Okay, let's move on to the next game we saw then. So that would have been Dragon Age, guys. I don't remember what the subtitle was. Hopefully someone might be able to help.
The Veil Guard.
Sorry, say again?
The Veil.
The Veil
God.
Thank you very much. You keep cutting out a little bit.
Just cut it out there.
Yeah.
Formerly, what was it? Dreadwolf.
Dreadwolf.
Okay, cool. Yeah. It's just been renamed.
Brilliant stuff. Thank you very much for that, guys. Yeah. So, who's most excited for Dragon Age? Then, guys, go ahead to go first. Any takers?
I'm excited. I'm excited for a Dragon Age, but I didn't really think this trailer was very good at all.
Sure.
It just had a very, I don't know, a strange tone. I didn't really like it. It felt a bit like they'd been watching too many Marvel films.
Yeah.
And then we're trying to kind of make it a bit edgier when actually, Baldur's Gate 3 is right there in terms of how you want to try and present this, because that's the sort of audience that I guess you want to go for. Obviously it's not as deep an RPG. It won't be as deep an RPG as Baldur's Gate, but they're typically quite deep RPGs. So I just didn't, for our first proper look at this, I didn't really jive tone or anything like that. And I am I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to playing it, but it just wasn't the best trailer. And also obviously no gameplay. So
We are getting gameplay next week, aren't we, Luke?
Yes, we are.
There's going to be like a proper gameplay reveal.
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah, so at some point next week. So they're probably just saving it for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of my least excited moments from probably all of the trailers, I have to admit, if you know what I mean, from all of it. But
I was still coming down from Doom at this point.
Yeah, I was still just in that zone. Yeah, exactly that. Although yours was a double whammy with State of Decay, because I know you like that. But yeah, Scott, any thoughts on this one?
No, not too much. I've never played a Dragon Age game. Admittedly, I was a bit confused at first because even though I've never played Dragon Age, it didn't look Dragon Agey to me. I just had kind of this feeling of it being a little bit darker and grittier, and this was a little bit more vibrant and colourful than maybe I expected. And when I've gone back and looked over some of the comments from people who seemingly are fans, I think that seems to be the vibe that I'm getting from people, which is like, I think Luke touched on the tone. It just didn't maybe feel like it, but we'll get the gameplay next week and we'll get a better view. But I've never played a Dragon Age game, so wasn't one that was on my radar to be honest.
Yeah, no, good shout. Stubbsy, so you know that you're not going to get left out and cut me off again. Would you like to speak about Dragon Age?
I've never played one in my life, and I don't think I'll play this one either.
No worries at all. Short but sweet. And Mr. Paul, any thoughts on Dragon Age? Are you looking forward to this game? Did you like what you saw?
I'll just concur with Stubbsy, ditto.
No worries at all. That's all good. We've got lots of juicy stuff to get through anyway, so let's keep our attention on those ones, I guess. So moving on then to the next one, which was Starfield Shattered Space, if I haven't got that wrong. So obviously this is an expansion, I'm guessing, for Starfield. So yeah, any of you guys excited for this? It looked pretty cool. Is it tickling your fancy, guys?
I think maybe apart from Paul, it's going to be unanimous no.
Move on. That's fair enough.
Yeah, that was I didn't need the bathroom, but That would have been my bathroom break because it just doesn't interest me.
I just
at
brought
all.
the bathroom to the lounge. That's
Yeah. I just started browsing on my phone at that point.
Exactly.
In fact, during the Starfield, during that segment, I actually rewatched the Doom trailer. So,
Yeah, I know what you mean. That's it.
You're going to be surprised then, Luke, because I like the look of it. And since the since the Starfield 60 FPS patch and all the upgrades, I've been liking it. So I'm interested. Actually,
yes, Stubbsy.
There you go. Surprised you there.
So have you played Starfield though, Stubbs?
Yes.
I'm playing it. We'll let you off then.
I went back when I heard about all the upgrades, etc. And it's
you bought it, didn't you?
It's a much better. Yeah, funny enough, I bought the game for the early access, played it for 3 hours, and never played it again. I'm playing it again now.
Jesus. Forgot about that.
Fear of missing out, FOMO.
Got to you that day, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the Starfield Direct last year was fucking excellent.
Yeah,
it actually got me excited for the game.
The game.
I'll say I put maybe like 10 hours tops into it, and I just wasn't vibing with it at all. I'm afraid.
Really? Yeah, I didn't play at all, to be honest. But I look at this and it does look quite interesting. But there's too much to get into. It's almost too deep. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense?
Yeah. Too many loading.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Loading between. That wasn't so good. But yeah, I mean, I'd rather. Yeah, it's just not for me, basically. So yeah, there we go. Anyone else want to mention anything about Starfield, or do you want to move on swiftly, guys?
To be honest, I wanted to see more from it. It didn't really delve into too much detail of what kind of you can expect. I was hoping they would touch on maybe the elimination of some loading screens, but maybe that's a bit too far to ask. But
sounds like the DLC, elimination of loading screens.
Yeah. I mean, I played this game exclusively on the PC. Shout out to the PCMR. With the keyboard and mouse, and it felt really good. I mean, the loading screens were probably about a second or so because it seemed to load faster on that than the Xbox. But I mean, I had a really good time with it. I've got one achievement left, so
so you played
gives
quite
me
well.
a damn good excuse to get back in and just get that last one, which is level 100. So yeah, I'm in.
You're in. Fantastic. Is this going to be a free DLC and everything then, or expansion, or whatever you want to call it? Does it say that?
Paid.
Paid,
yeah, it's paid.
Oh, okay,
yeah, I got the upgrade anyway, so I'm covered.
I've got the upgrade anyway, so I'll be okay.
Yeah,
I've got it. And
I've got it, but it's wasted money.
Fair enough.
Actually, I do need to give a shout out. Wandering Dutch actually gifted me it because I was suffering from FOMO at the time. And bless
Not
his
you
heart,
as well.
He gifted it to me like the absolute saint and gent that he is. And I did play it, but I quickly dropped off it.
Okay.
I think there's a great opportunity for Starfield in terms of doing what they've done with Fallout 76. I think if they'd done an online version, that could be quite interesting. Could be having dogfights with all your buddies and whatnot, and having a good time. So, but hey,
they need to be either on Fallout or Elder Scrolls, preferably Elder Scrolls next. No multiplayer in Starfield, please. Just straight on Elder Scrolls. Get it out.
I love the sci-fi stuff though. I'm a sucker for that. Cyberpunk and sci-fi, I love it.
Yeah, good stuff. So it's not in Game Pass. I don't know if you just heard that a second ago. Blue Moon FC, I think. It's paid DLC. So, and obviously you get it if you've got the version of the game which includes it. But moving on swiftly to the next one, which is Fallout 76 expansion.
So, are we all agreed we can just skip over?
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for you to say that.
Swift as we move to it, let's swiftly move past it.
Did we not say they were all bangers a minute ago?
Skip that and the Elder Scrolls.
It was a good show. It wasn't perfect.
Yeah. Let's just skip over that one.
That's fair enough. Although it has improved a lot, apparently. That's not from my personal experience. Next one. Hopefully I've lined that up correctly. Will hopefully be. No, that can't be it. I must have gone to Fallout there. Anyway, the one after that, if I've got my list correct, it will be not that one. So next one is Expedition 33.
That's the one.
Which look really cool, and it's from Kepler Interactive, who had a couple of really good games in this one, including Flintlock as well. But yeah, as I try to grab the thing onto the right bit, any of you guys want to talk about Expedition 33?
Yeah, I thought this looked really cool. Actually, it's quite surprising. Like a Western JRPG, which is quite weird. Like it looked like a turn-based combat. Very pretty visually. It looked like the story was interesting. I think Ben Starr is in it, doing the main character voice, who is Clive in Final Fantasy 16. It was a nice surprise, this one. I thought it looked really cool. Really cool.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree.
I gotta agree with Luke.
It looks amazing, didn't it? Yeah, sorry, you go ahead.
No, go for it.
I was just going, it looks amazing, and like I was saying, when it was in the cinematics and stuff, and then really nice transition into the actual gameplay on this one, and nice balance with the two. But yeah, carry on, buddy.
Yeah, so this was probably like my surprise of the show, like the one thing that stood out that really caught me off guard. I thought it looked excellent, as you both have said. It's a turn-based RPG, which is always going to appeal to me. Reading up on it after, it does have like some real-time elements as well, which was, I think they showed that in the trailer, kind of with the attacks and stuff like that. Like in a weird way, I don't know if anybody else would have got this. I kind of got like really weird Lost Odyssey vibes in it, just a touch. But yeah, I just thought it looked excellent. A big surprise, definitely one of the highlights of the show. But I'm always going to kind of gravitate towards any turn-based RPGs. And Game Pass 2025 was the date. I think the put on that, so we do have a little bit of a wait on it. Hopefully they can stick to that. But it looked great.
Definitely, and yeah, like I say, Kepler Interactive, they are literally on fire lately. Just back-to-back games. They're the guys who've done Ultros and Pacific Drive, and obviously what we've got to come as well. They just seem to be one of the best publishers out there, in my opinion, now. They're publishing these sort of like maybe AA-ish kind of size games, or more like indie. I don't know, sort of in between there somewhere. But yeah, they are just really on fire with who they are looking after, which is cool. And it looks really interesting. And it's I don't know if you thought of it, but 33 Immortals, is it Expedition 33? Just I don't know.
Yeah, and when I saw the 33s, I thought it was going to be 33 Immortals again. I'm glad it wasn't.
I was like 33. Yeah, exactly.
This looks, I'm I think one of the few people that actually thought 33 Immortals looked interesting. I'm looking forward to playing it, but I think this looked, a lot more up my alley as well.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I think Luke doesn't like the multiplayer aspect of 33 Immortals, which I get in a way. Is that what it's more about? The multiplayer side?
To be honest, it's not much about that game. Like, I don't like the art style. I don't like the way the game plays, and I don't like the multiplayer elements. It's just not.
Yeah, the multiplayer. Yeah. It seems a little bit of a strange approach, but anyway, we're not talking about that today. So, So, Paul, buddy, any interest in this beauty?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it opened up with this glorious cinematic, and then it obviously transitioned into the gameplay, and I thought, well, this looks really, really good. I mean, I'm a kind of gamer that does not do turn-based games. But this one, I'm like, the way that it transitions from kind of like the zoomed out camera into the close-ups, I was like, that looks pretty damn cool. Maybe it's been done in other games, but for me it looked like something different. Exactly. And the graphics look really, really strong.
They're really sleek, aren't they?
Yeah, and that has definitely piqued my interest, and that might be the first one I've probably touched since we're talking Knights of the Old Republic.
Okay, cool.
So shout out to them, because that's got me very, very keen.
Yeah, nice. So Scott's the expert probably on the old turn-based stuff. In my opinion, what I'm seeing, would you agree, or you might know more information about it? It looks like it's got the thing where it's got the timing-based thing where you have to press at the right times, and that gives, in my opinion, more engagement. Did you agree with that? Is the sort of thing they're going for?
They've said it's kind of got like real-time elements in the combat, and you'll notice it with them like parrying and dodging.
Yeah, exactly.
And what game did I play not too long ago Sea of Stars?
Yeah, it has that.
Had a little bit of that where there was just a timed element for defending and things like that.
Have you played
got a little bit?
Have you played Worldless?
I played a little bit of that. Yeah, and that's obviously got something very similar. Obviously, completely different looking games. But yeah, I do actually like that because I think it kind of retains that like really old school turn based. I guess just gameplay that I loved as a kid, but kind of just gives it something a little bit more, you know, a little bit fresh without going kind of full ARPG, like for example, how Final Fantasy went with 16,
right?
For example, so I really like the look of it.
Yeah, I like when they do that sort of thing. I'm not really usually a turn-based kind of guy, but when it's got that, you know, timing-based thing, it makes it feel like it's more interactive kind of thing, and it's like you're more involved in it. Slightly more of a skill in terms of the actual timings and stuff, but obviously, you know, the skill in the other style, but it's just a different type of thing that you're looking after. But yeah, I like the idea of it. It just gives it a bit more, it makes it more open to a wider audience as well, who maybe don't always just play the hardcore JRPGs or whatever. But yeah, looks really beautiful. Stubbsy, any thoughts on Expedition 33?
It's not really the kind of game I would play. That's not, to be honest. It looks nice, but I wouldn't try it. I wouldn't.
All right, just putting foot down on that one. VJ will be disgraced at you for that. I'm only joking.
there is some DLC in it. I think they were like the Wulong DLC.
Yeah.
Was that in it? There was some DLC for
it's not Wulong.
Not Wulong.
Oh, I think I might know which one you were talking about.
That's an easy game.
Yeah, that
sword fighting.
Wu Chang.
Yeah, that's
feathers. Yeah,
that's the one. Removable and VJ played it together, so they'll be looking forward to that. They will.
Yeah, looking forward to talking about that. That looks quite good. That. Cool. No worries if you haven't got anything on that one. No worries. It's not every game is for everyone, isn't it? So yeah, moving on then to one that looked really cool. Beautiful art style. Was a slightly, I don't know if anyone else noticed it or whether it was just a stylistic thing, but the frame thing going on. Did you notice anything about the frame rate on South of Midnight, guys? Did you? Maybe I'm just imagining.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of. I thought it must have been a stylistic choice to almost go for like a stop motiony type effect. Either that or the frame rate was just really rough.
Yeah,
I noticed it too.
Bit of a Sable thing. If you remember that game, it had that sort of. The animations were done in a different frame rate to the rest of the game kind of thing. It's a little bit of a stylistic thing again. But yeah, anyway, it looked absolutely stunning, especially this open scene looks so nice, the art style. But yeah, all of it, the art direction, overall stunning looking game. And yeah, this showing got me even more excited than the last time we saw it. So yeah, guys, who would like to talk about South of Midnight first?
I'll go first if you want.
Yeah.
Go for it, Paul. Go for it.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't sure what to expect from what we saw of it last time, because it was very dark and very short. So I was not sure what to expect. So I was kind of open mind, and then I saw it. I thought, oh, it's nice and colourful CGI, and then it obviously transitioned into the gameplay, and it's glorious. It's really nice. Some of the gameplay mechanics are pretty cool. There's the traversal mechanics in there as well. The boss encounters, that definitely floats my boat, and can't wait to get my hands on this one. So
yeah,
shout out to Compulsion. They've nailed it, man. They've nailed it.
They deserve to have a really good game because they're talented. I think it's just you know, last time didn't quite work out to the best of their capability. I think for whatever reason, but. Yeah, loads of great ideas. But anyway, this one's looking superb, and it's great to see actual, uncut gameplay in it as well. That's nice. You really get a good perspective of it. And yeah, just the world is just, really intriguing, I think. But yeah, Luke, any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I thought it looked terrific. I think in the gameplay, there's like two things happening, because I think obviously it is going for the stop motion animation style.
Yeah.
So for the character, even in the game, there is a very light stop motion kind of effect applied to her, but there were also some general stutters, like some engine stutters going on. That's I think this is running on Unreal Engine. I don't know which one.
Yeah.
Presumably UE5.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, look, Unreal Engine and stuttering is just like peas and carrots, really. So But it's look, I mean, it's a while off. Yeah, it's next year,
exactly.
right? So give them a chance. But other than that, I mean, artistic, I think it's fantastic. It looks amazing. And you know, the gameplay is it's not anything new or anything like that necessarily, but it looks like it could be just a good game.
Yeah.
So yeah, it looked really nice. I thought lots of character to it.
Yeah, definitely. I'd agree with that. It's a very characterful game.
Recall vibes.
Recall, did you?
No,
Really?
don't say that.
Interesting.
The way she kind of pulled whatever was, you know, at the end of the boss fight, the way she kind of pulled something.
Okay.
Not the rest of it.
Let's end the comparison.
That's where the comparisons. The only thing that gives me a little bit of hesitation with this is just I haven't really enjoyed anything from Compulsion.
Yeah.
We Happy Few really wasn't my type of game. Obviously, this is a complete departure from that, and you know, as you guys have said, stylistically, it looks fantastic. Like I don't know what to call those big beastie type things. I don't know what to call them. But the characters that look fantastic. And
fantastical.
The gameplay looks like it has some promise.
It does. That's what I was trying to mention earlier, not very well, but yeah, like before they've got loads of great ideas, I think, as a studio. So hopefully this one turns out to be a game that's really great to play, as well as all the sort of cool art style and everything. If you know what I mean.
I think that's the problem with Compulsion. They've never really given they've always got great art, great design, great concept, but actually in terms of gameplay, they've never really delivered anything that's been very good.
Yeah.
So hopefully first game where you actually play it and all of that marries up, and if that's the case, then it'll be a good game.
Definitely good stuff. Stubbs at all? Anything on South of the Midnight?
Yeah, it looks like quite a good game. It's quite interesting graphically. It's stunning. I think it's got a nice art style. It's very crocodile's very interesting, isn't it? It's got like a town on it.
I think that's what they were going for.
A hybrid.
Got to be interesting.
He didn't just have accidentally.
Crossbred.
I want to check it out. It's interesting.
What was the release on this one? Did you see? Or
next year.
Next year, is it?
Is it a Game Pass one? I can't remember.
Yes,
of course.
Yes. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, Compulsion are first party now. I think this is kind of one of those ones. I don't want to talk too much about like acquisitions and stuff, but like a team like Compulsion, like when I see them get acquired by a bigger publisher, like you know, and the same could be said if it was PlayStation. To touch on what Luke said is, I think hopefully with kind of the financial backing, without the pressure of having to release a game ASAP to bring money in, hopefully they've got now the resources and the time to like really deliver on it. And the first shown here is very promising.
Yeah, the only thing I worry about with it is, and I don't like bringing this point up, but that game will not do great numbers. Like it just won't, because of the nature of the game. And so what happens when it doesn't? You know,
that's a fair.
That's the only bit I worry about with the game, because it could be a great game, and certainly it looks like it's shaping up to be very good. But it's a fairly niche game, so like it's not going to blow people away commercially or anything like that. So let's wait and see. But like, no.
Yeah, I guess it depends what Xbox want from studios like this. I think they want an eclectic lineup of games, I think. So maybe that fits into that part of their lineup, if you see what I mean.
Well, yeah, but I mean, so did Hi-Fi Rush, but it didn't stop them closing Tango.
No,
so
that's true, yeah.
Like it just depends. You know, like it's not. I don't want to. I'm not doing and glooming with it, but it just makes you have a slight before Tango. You would have been like, oh well,
yeah.
You know, if it's not that great, or if it doesn't hit great numbers, you know, they'll support Compulsion. But I don't want Compulsion to go away, because I think they've got a lot
of
talent.
Kind of area of doubt on there. It's like
there's just that little twinge of doubt in the back of your mind about studios like this making games like that. But that's it.
Yeah, it's a fine line, isn't it? Because they want them to have the freedom to do what they want to do as creatively, but then they kind of have to guide them if they want, then come back later and say, oh no, you haven't come up with the goods, but you said creative freedom, that kind of thing. It's a bit.
It's a difficult one, but like this, we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
This game looked further along than I thought it was, to be fair.
Yeah.
We got a teaser last year, and I thought that there's no way ready for some gameplay, and it shocked me that they showed so much of it. I was like, wow.
That's good.
Yeah, I think a lot of gameplay. Actually, you're right. I think We Happy Few was like 2018, though.
Yeah,
so like,
true.
that was their last game. So they've obviously had a lot of time. And I think they've been with Microsoft since 2018. Was that when they announced?
That was a lot of them. Yeah,
the 5 at the same time. Yeah, so they've had a lot of time. So it's going to be 7 years. If it does hit next year, it's going to be 7 years between We Happy Few and this, which is obviously a long time, seemingly par for the course these days. But obviously it's a long time. So but really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it.
Definitely, yeah, it looks great. Really good showing, and like it's quite a confident thing to show uncut gameplay like this as well, especially if you're saying like it's early on. But yeah, I'm guessing that. What did you say the year was? It was 2025. Confirmed. Yeah, cool. So that makes sense. And I suppose, but that still feels quite early to show uncut gameplay. Usually you'd be editing it up just to make sure it looks good or whatever. So that's a good thing. But either way though, guys, let's move on to the next one. Everyone's mentioned something on that one, haven't they? Yeah, I think so. I don't know if this one's going to be a move on, but I'll let you be the judge of that. It probably would be for myself, although it's a great announcement. World of Warcraft, even The War Within. How do you feel about that one, guys?
Let's get
It's
split the cinematic, looks great. I don't think Warcraft anymore, so
The only thing I was surprised that they didn't announce the console version.
That's why I thought
I don't think you're going to get a console version.
I think it's too difficult to make, to be honest.
Yeah,
people need to. I don't know why. Yeah, people need to give up on that dream. It's not
I agree. Yeah,
you can plug in a keyboard and mouse in your Xbox.
Yeah,
you can. You can.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
I think we should have. Is it Easy Allies that I think they've had a few times where like, if somebody says, "Shall we move on?" and if no one disagrees, we just move on to the next one. For those types of things.
Yeah, that's cool. We shall then. Amazing stuff. Yeah, shout out to the chat as well. Thank you very much for just hanging out with us at the moment, guys. Again, let us know your highlights. Apologies, I didn't read them last time. This time I will definitely read them, I promise you guys. I think I read out some, but you guys got my back as well for the chat, haven't you? You're always cheers, guys. But let me know in the chat. Let us know your highlights of the highlight games wise. Also, let us know what your overall score was. We'll do that at the end as well. But we want to hear your feedback. That's what we want, guys. And to make it a conversational thing. But moving on then to the next game. The One-Eyed Snake. Oh, sorry, not the One-Eyed Snake.
Excuse me?
I was waiting to see who's listening then. It's Metal Gear,
Snake.
It's Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater, actually. Not much better. That was good. Sorry. It's Metal Gear Solid. As I say, the Snake Eater, which sounds a little bit weird, but there we go. Do you want to talk about this one, guys? Metal Gear Solid, anyone?
Yeah, I was taking the piss. I know Luke will want to speak.
I'll speak briefly on it.
I thought it looked good myself, but you go ahead.
I think it looked good. Obviously they've done a big remake job with it. I think they're being very faithful to the original outside of the visuals, because it's got the same VO. I don't know if re-recorded VO for it, but gameplay looks nearly identical with better animations. I thought visually very, very nice. It's running UE5. I thought Snake looked cool. The boss
looks a bit like Sean Bean though. That's what my wife said.
It's that's not a bad thing.
It's a good thing.
The boss at the end looked quite different from the original. So that was a woman right at the end. Who's called the boss. That was interesting. So I don't know how I feel about her redesign, but everything else looked good. and it's
yeah.
They've put some money into this, which is good. So I don't mind Metal Gear remake. Really, if you're making a new Metal Gear game without Kojima, I'm not interested in that at all. But a remake of what a lot of people think is actually his best game, his best Metal Gear game, is not a thing. So that's cool. I didn't think it had a release date on it though, like not even a year. So I probably expect it next year. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me. Yeah, probably just don't want any pressure, I guess, on themselves. But yeah, good stuff. Yeah, fantastic. Anyone else excited for this one? I guess Scott is signing off that one, or are you? Or...
yeah, it's not for you. Not really for me.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah. Any Paul, my friend?
Yeah. So I was hoping for a Splinter Cell.
Reveal.
However, I will take the Metal Gear because I just love a good stealth game.
Nice.
I mean, the Splinter Cell series is just iconic, and the fact that I didn't get one in this showcase, I'll take the Metal Gear. It looks good.
Quite a good backup, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's that espionage kind of stealth approach. So I think it's got all the components there that's gonna ring true with me. So yeah, I'm keen to see more, whether it's next year or maybe the year after. But I thought some parts it looked a little bit off, but that's it's pre-development for you.
Yeah.
And I was surprised that it was UE5. I was thinking maybe it's a UE4, but it's like all these things, they've got plenty of time to brush it up, and I think when it does come out, it's going to look really, really good. So yeah, I'm there for it.
Cool, man. Yeah, it looks good. I think definitely. It's been a little bit since I played a Metal Gear Solid. Was it like Ground Zeroes? What's the order been recently of the recent Metal Gear Solids? Remind me.
The last one was, well, if you ignore Survive, which was
no, you can't ignore Survive.
That was terrible. Yeah.
Yeah. So before that, it was MGS5, and then before that, Ground Zero, which is prequel.
Yeah, I think I did actually play 5 a little bit as well, but yeah, those two I played, so I suppose it's not too bad then. But yeah, Survivors, wasn't that was the disgrace one, wasn't it? Basically?
The shit one.
Yeah.
It was multiplayer, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Which was a weird twist. But yeah, yeah, but cool. It does look good. It looks pretty sweet. But yeah, Stubbs, any interest in Metal Gear Solid? You played any of the games?
Nope. No interest.
No interest. Wow.
Cold. Yeah.
That's cold, man.
I'm not good at them kind of survival games at all. It's not them kind of games. No.
If it was in Roblox, he'd be all over it.
I once tried it on the PlayStation 1 or something back in the day, something like that. That was it last time.
Yep. No, that's all good. No worries at all.
Paul, remember we do still have Ubisoft Forward tomorrow. So there is still
a chance.
A little bit of hope.
That'd be massive for that though.
Although never get excited for a Ubisoft conference.
No.
But, even
we can dream.
Just a smidge of hope.
Yeah. So next up was Sea of Thieves, guys, on the round 2800 DLC for it, or whatever it is.
Yep.
I think it's the 13th thing. I don't know, but yeah, what do you think? Anyone interested in Sea of Thieves here?
Not for me.
No,
I've played a lot. I've played a lot of Sea Thieves. But
this
is just pandering to. No, I don't want to say pander. That's probably the wrong word. But obviously, Sea of Thieves shows up every year without fail because it's unbelievably popular. The only funny thing I thought about this is they didn't mention PlayStation 5 at the end of the trailer, despite the fact they've literally just released it on PlayStation 5 because they obviously weren't going to mention PlayStation, understandably so, because like the Doom trailer, for example, didn't mention PlayStation, and that came out after the fact. But yeah, it was just funny that they've literally just released it on PS5, and then the update's just PC and Xbox. But I like Sea of Thieves, but yeah, we can move on after that.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I mean, if you love Sea of Thieves, guys, you got some more content there, so. Good for you. If that doesn't sound too negative. No, I'm glad for you. I'm happy for you guys. But moving on to the next game. I know Scott's excited for this one, which was Flintlock which I'm excited for as well. It's called Flintlock Siege of Dawn in its full title. Another Kepler game, as I mentioned earlier on. Scott, what did you think of what you saw this time around? We've seen quite a lot of it already, obviously. I imagine you've been keeping up to date with that, but good to see it again and good to get a release date, I believe. So, what did you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is the best it showed so far as well. I thought it was just a really good trailer overall. And was it July
18th, I think?
Yeah, July 18th. Just a little over 5 weeks from now. So really good to see it fan time. Like I say, it's the best it showed. I think it looks really, really good, and it's coming out in a few weeks. Can't wait.
Definitely. Yeah, no, it looks really cool. It kind of almost reminds me a little bit of the South of Midnight, what they're kind of going for, but then a more fleshed out version of it, if you see what I mean, in terms of the gameplay. But in that sort of floaty gameplay, if you know what I mean, with very acrobatic. And now my stream's died again. But anything else you wanted to add about that at all, my friend?
I mean, I mentioned it during some of the streams we've had this weekend. You put a cute little animal as a companion in there.
Yeah,
I'm in. But I think the combat looks great. Like I said, I thought the trailer was just a bloody good trailer. Obviously, lots of gameplay in there as well, and I thought it showed off the game well. So
definitely, yeah. So you're there day one for that one, do you reckon?
Yeah, definitely.
Nice.
5 weeks, 5 or so weeks.
Yeah, 5 weeks. Unfortunately, same day, I think, as Bow Path of the Teal Lotus. But there we go. That's annoying when that happens, but you know how it is.
It's a good problem to have, though.
It's a good problem to have, exactly. That's right. Luke, buddy, did you like what you saw of Flintlock? You've been following Flintlock as well, I think, haven't you?
Yeah. Keep it short. I'm looking forward to it. Looks good. Continues to look good, and it's releasing in a window where there's not that much going on because it's over the summer. So I think it's a good spot for it to launch. I'll be playing that.
Sounds good to me. Cool. Paul, what did you think?
Yeah, just echo kind of what the guys are saying. I think it looks great. Definitely the best showing that they've had of it. So yeah, I mean, I didn't really need to see much more, but I was very grateful of seeing it because it does look way better than last time we saw it. Was it last year?
Oh, we've seen it quite recently, I think. Maybe it wasn't that long ago, was it, Scott?
I think it was originally shown, again, it was one of those next 12 months games 2 years ago.
Talking about Xbox,
and it looked good. But we saw it just earlier this year.
Yeah.
I believe that was the last time we've seen it. So
was it like a future game show or something like that when it came up recently?
Yeah, did they do a spring showcase feature?
Yeah, it might have been that.
I think it might be in there,
Yeah.
So for me, the last time I saw it was probably summer last year.
Right, okay. So you've seen it come on quite
it's a massive upgrade since then. I mean, it just
great.
looks way better, and the fact that it's coming out so soon, I'm there for that, and I just hope lots of people get to play it because it looks very, very promising. So, and is it like a Souls-like as well, isn't it? Just flashed up.
I think are they calling it that? Or
they said it's Souls
like,
So
I don't normally do Souls, but I think this one looks much more kind of up my alley. So
it's fast paced, isn't it? Like the real Souls is quite heavy, if you know what I mean.
Savage, yeah.
So in some terms, it's just like taking a little ingredient or whatever.
Yeah, no, I'm there for it. Looks good.
Cool, good stuff. Do I dare ask Stubbsy Baby?
I was interested until he went Souls-like, but I'm going to try it. See if I can get.
Well, it's not Souls-like, but it may be taking an ingredient from that. But I like a lot of games.
Let's see if I can get through the tutorial, Indy. Let's see. I'll give it a go.
That's your litmus test for if you're going to play the game, is it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's Stubbsy, get good.
Get good.
Yeah. There you go. I like that.
Indy tells me to get good a lot.
Got Paul to do it for me this time.
Exactly. Got your back.
Yeah.
No, that's cool, man. So you like your look of it though? Does it appeal to you?
Yeah, it does look cool. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
It does.
Good stuff. Excellent. Okie doke. Everyone mentioned something about Flintlock. We've all talked about it. Other than just I'm on board with it. I probably have mentioned it anyway. I'm very excited for this game. Looking wonderful, and looking forward to it. So it's Game Pass day one as well, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. So jump on it, guys. Do it. Okay, so moving on then to where are we? So yeah, Age of Mythology next, which I'm guessing is another skip for us, is it? Or
yeah, anyway.
Yeah, moving on. Yeah.
One thing I will say on that, I think it was cool that it's coming to PC and console day one. That was a little bit of surprise. Yeah, they've kind of done this thing where they release it on PC first and then console later. I know Age, they've brought that over. I used to play a lot of Age back in the day, so it is cool to see this, and hopefully it means we get like a new one in the future.
Yeah. Yep.
Nothing wrong with a bit of diversity, I suppose.
Absolutely, yeah. No, that's good. It's good to see it in there. Should we keep this one moving then? Beyond that, yeah. On the screen, you can see it's coming on the 4th of September, and yeah, it's coming to Game Pass. Moving on then to one that I think we're all going to look forward to talking about, and I thought looked absolutely amazing actually, and I wish my stream would stop doing this buffering. There we go. So yeah, next up we had Perfect Dark, which looked awesome in my opinion. If I haven't got that in the wrong order, you didn't sound like you. Oh yeah, that was right. Yeah, I was getting worried. But I think it was Perfect Dark next. Yeah,
it was.
I didn't call it straight away. At first, I was thinking, is this like Flight Sim or something? It's like when I saw the plane, I was like, oh, Flight Sim's coming.
I think the VO mentioned Carrington.
Oh, okay. I missed that.
Which was the giveaway.
Yeah, I totally missed that. Sorry, but yeah, when this kicked in, I was like, yes, I've always wanted for Perfect Dark. I've always wanted Perfect Dark. No, I'm only joking. I haven't really. I've been like not really bothered about Perfect Dark, but now I'm like, yes, Perfect Dark. So, you know what I mean? So I'm a bit of a fraud in that sense, but I think this looks really, really good. I love the sort of spy kind of stealthy elements to it and the technology and stuff. It looks really well done. But yeah, let's fire it over to you.
Can I ask everyone just a quick yes or no question before we get in any deeper thoughts?
Yes.
Was this actual gameplay?
I think.
Yeah.
Good question. Yeah. I think it is. Yeah. What do you guys think?
Not the hard.
No, I don't know.
I don't.
You don't think it was, or don't?
Dynamics in it. I don't.
It's difficult.
I mean, it's got a HUD. It's given the impression of it, but I don't know, man. I'm wondering whether this is a bit of, whether they've been a little naughty with the presentation. So
yeah, it depends on the definition of real gameplay, because the feeling I get from it is, well, maybe let's see people's thoughts on it and you can hear mine, but I think we might be on the same wavelength, Scott, with it, because I was left a bit cold by this whole presentation.
Oh, okay. I thought it looked really good. Interesting.
But there's reasons for that. Which are a bit more complicated, maybe. But I don't know who wants to take it. Really.
I'll tell you what. In the chat, if you guys are hanging out, let us know whether you think this was a real gameplay in engine, all that good stuff, not faked or anyway. Personally, I think it was myself. That's my vote on it. Kind of like the bits moving through the town just reminds me of like. That's a really random thing to say, but that Tomb Raider thing when she's moving through the town, and that's not real actual engagement. But you know, the bit I mean, where it sort of feels like, oh, that's actually looking really good, but it's like Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider sort of thing. That looks quality, but it's like that kind of thing. But yeah, let's find out what you guys think about it then. Paul, do you want to go first on this one?
Yeah, I mean, I thought that what I was seeing was representative of what we're going to be playing, so I had no reason to kind of discount it, because obviously the Crystal Dynamics are involved in the development of this game, and we know how good they are in terms of the graphics and the visuals. So it didn't hint to me that there was any kind of foul play going on, but I suppose interpretations are different, and it just looks like it's coming along nicely. It's alive. So, and I just assumed that was what we're going to be getting. So. It'll be interesting to hear what Luke has to say.
Yeah,
just pricked my ears.
He's got you curious.
Has he spotted? What has he spotted?
Yeah. You can continue if you want, Luke. If you had any more thoughts on whether you what?
So I mean, it's an interesting. So it doesn't look like this is anything that can't be done in real time. That's not what I mean by real gameplay. I didn't think it was particularly visually impressive, for example. So it's not as if I look at it and go, well, that's clearly bullshit. You can't do that in real time. It's not going to look anything like that.
Exactly, yeah.
But I think the vibes of the gameplay sequence gave me very much the vibes of like when they were in Division way back when, where they have this like gameplay sequence, but it's all snippeted together, and it's all like, it doesn't feel quite real. And this one, you can see there's lots and lots and lots of little cuts as they're going through it.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not convinced that that sequence will be in the game at all. I think it felt very vertical, icy to me.
It could be that,
which isn't a bad thing. I mean, obviously it's far away. They didn't even give a date on it, for example, like a year.
A year, no.
So and that's fine. But it didn't, like, it felt extremely scripted in the way that laid out, and like that's the feel. I don't know if Scott, that same feeling you got from it, but it just didn't feel quite right. Not visually, it looked decent. You know, it didn't blow me away visually. It looked like, reminded me of Haze, which is really weird. Like the old,
that's an interesting comparison.
FPS, yeah, like just
which
something
one,
about the Haze, which was an old like 2-gen old FPS. I don't know why it reminded me of that, but not mainly art style, not visuals. But yeah, it looked all right. You know, it looks like if it's like I said, I don't expect this to be in the full game. Visually a bit underwhelming. It's far out. I'm glad they're bringing Perfect Dark back, and I think conceptually it looks really cool. It looks like it has immersive sim elements in there, which if the full game holds up to that, would be awesome.
Yeah.
But I didn't really. It didn't look particularly fantastic to me. You know, it reminded me of. It kind of reminded me of like. It kind of felt like this could have been a reveal like 2 gens ago.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like it didn't. I don't know. It didn't feel like I was quite was what I was expecting, basically. But
right. Yeah, I mean, I think
we'll see.
In terms of I think what it is in game or whatever. It's you know, segments, but they might have edited it together to make it more a concise thing that they could put into the appropriate amount of time, if that makes any sense, so that each point is hitting at the, you know, so they can include cool points, essentially, if you know what I mean. All that bit where she dives out the way of that or whatever, or that bit where she slides underneath. It's just the fact that I think that it may feel a bit scripted in that sense, because it's all, you know, like in the game, that would probably play out over maybe a couple of hours, but where you've had those different sections and they've just put it all into one edit kind of thing, maybe that's potentially why it feels a little bit like that to you. I don't know. But yeah, what do you think on it, Scotty?
So I'm kind of, I think I'm on a similar page to look. I don't think, like, I'm not looking at it saying, oh, it looks too good, it can't possibly be real. It's definitely not from a visual standpoint. I do actually, I think I've got maybe, I do feel a little bit better about the visuals than maybe Luke does. I thought it looked quite good visually, personally. I think if you go back to it, Indy, I think when I'm looking at it, it's just, there's a few parts in particular. I think I really like the almost kind of parkour nature of it. It's got a bit of Mirror's Edge in there, a little bit of Titanfall. But there's just a few bits where, like, you know, there's one where she kind of does the wall run, and then jumps across to the window, and just the way that kind of animates, it's obviously completely different game, but I was getting, like, you know, that we were just talking about it the other night, that Phantom Blade Zero vibes. You know, like when we were watching that for the first time, and I was like, is that somebody actually playing that game? I'm not too sure. And then there's the second part where somebody's running at her and she slides, I think, and
underneath,
kicks him in the leg, and then she's got him down, and then she shoots the 2 guys behind her. And I was like, is that good?
Yeah, that's bollocks.
Is the game going to play like that? Because that's like scripted. That's too
precise,
in a way that, I don't see how that happens. So there's just a few things like that I think that made me think, like, okay, how much is this like actual somebody actually playing the game? I think conceptually, I think it's really promising, and I'm really looking forward to seeing Perfect Dark back. Like I say, the kind of the Mirror's Edge bits. Obviously, just the sci-fi setting and everything, I think, is going to be really, really good. And this has come from someone who actually didn't think Perfect Dark Zero was too bad as well. So
Okay.
I'm yeah, exactly. So I'm kind of up there. So yeah, I don't know how far behind.
Even if this is absolutely shit, it will still be better than Perfect Dark Zero.
I don't know how far I am behind when I'm watching the stream, but there was just like that bit where she does the wall run, and then just the rigidity of the way she turns left to face the thing. Just it was just weirdly jarring, I think, and I don't know why little things like that really stood out. So it just made me a little bit skeptical. Sorry. I think conceptually, I think it looks good. And I'm hoping we'll see a little bit more. I'm surprised if this is actual gameplay. I'm actually surprised that we saw what we did, especially with the game not even getting a year on it. I'm surprised that. I'm going to assume it's probably 2026 if they weren't happy to put 2025 on it yet. So it's still a long way out. So that's my thoughts. Just cautious optimism, I guess. I would finish it with.
Yeah, I mean, like obviously, even if which is not fully uncut, like literally how you'll play it, I'm sure that, but these are pieced together to showcase the game. Obviously, as long as there's a good amount of it, which it actually is, how it's going to appear in the actual game, if that makes sense, then that is a good representation, in my opinion. Obviously, it's made to show what the game can do. As long as it's representative, then that's
Yeah,
if you know.
And I've said this about first-person shooter trailers a couple of times this weekend. I appreciate like it kind of shows you what it's like to play the game, but does it show you what it feels? Like the feel of a first-person shooter is really important. If we compare it to Doom, you watch that trailer, that feels good. Like
exactly.
You especially if you play the last two games, that feels good. On this one, I'm a little bit like, okay, how is that actually going to feel to play? I don't know if that makes any sense. So that's just kind of how I
definitely get where you're coming from. I think the thing is, obviously, it is a first-person shooter, but there's a lot more to it, I think, as well, isn't there? In this particular type of game, it's more of a rounded kind of game, rather than just about shooting mechanics. If you know what I mean.
Course.
But
I definitely got the immersive sim vibes as well.
Yeah.
Like, there was a few bits I was like, Dishonored fans might be a bit happy about this, especially after what happened. But we'll see how it plays.
Yeah, no, I was happy with what I saw on this one. But Stubbs, what did you think of this one?
I've never really played Perfect Dark before. I've no nostalgia to it, and I'll give it a go. I will, but because I remember when the game first was announced, and you specifically, Indy, you were like, had a chance to make a new IP, and they picked Perfect Dark.
Yeah, so I said at the time. It was a long time ago. Yeah, I can't remember.
I think it was because on my podcast, everyone was like, yeah, and you were like, no. Do you know what I mean? It was a few years ago now, but I think this game's really been made by Crystal Dynamics. I mean, you've seen a lot, but you never hear out so far from the initiative. I mean, as far as I'm aware, this game, although the initiative's on the logo, I think the majority of the work's being done by Crystal Dynamics.
They're just directing it. Crystal Dynamics
I don't actually know what initiative is doing. Well, hopefully they get to talk and that about what they've been doing, but because they were meant to be the quadruple A studio, weren't they?
Yeah, but it seems like they're more like a sort of the board of directors almost.
No one knows much
the
about
initiative
them.
Of directors.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're like the executives.
The thing is, though, it's like the guy who runs the initiative worked at Crystal Dynamics, so he's hired his old team to make the game for him because they know him so well.
Yeah,
that's literally what he's done.
Well, yeah,
because he knows the system.
You would, though, wouldn't you? You would get a team who you can rely upon. So
it makes sense. But
you can know.
It does look good, but I'll give it a go. As I say, it's in Game Pass.
Years out as well, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Paul, did you speak on this already? Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah,
sorry.
I was just wanted to mention. I think that maybe the reason that this is here because of all the negativity about the initiative and Perfect Dark development issues. Maybe they just wanted to get this out there to say, look, it's in production. This is the game, and you can just move on and just wait for it to arrive. Who knows? It might just be a PR thing.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good shout. But yeah, looking good overall. What I'm going to do is just we're going to make sure we pick up the pace a little bit. Just realised that we're going a bit slow. That we've got to
You
go.
skip to gears if you want.
We'll be all right. We're skipping that one. I'm going to run out of time.
Hello.
No, we're going
Still got to talk about it.
any
Indiana
ones that we
Jones.
want to we'll skip kind of past, obviously. But yeah, next one on the list will be Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred, which looked. That trailer was absolutely amazing, in my opinion. I'm guessing you guys want to talk on this one.
I've played a lot of Diablo today, but I'm happy to move on. Like Blizzard cinematics are fantastic. I'm looking forward to the expansion, but it was just obviously a one of Blizzard's sort of typical, awesome cinematics. I don't take anything away from it because it was fucking good.
Such a good trailer, for what it was, obviously. Yeah, but yeah, that's cool. Anyone else, or you want to move on beyond this one?
Yeah, I think we could
move on.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Looking awesome, though, and coming... Do you remember when it's coming in September? Was it something?
October something.
October, there you go. Yeah, October the 8th it's coming. Cool. So beyond that one then, Fable. I'm sure you want to talk about this one, guys.
Move on.
I'm
joking.
Shut your mouth.
I was kidding.
Let's go Scott first on this one. I know you're looking forward to talking about this
I
one.
actually want to go to Luke.
Okay, cool.
I would actually like to hear Luke's thoughts first.
No worries.
I'm curious, just because of the guy that was in there. I'm pretty sure you're probably a fan
of the Humphrey guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was thingy, wasn't it? It was
Super Hands.
It's Super Hands.
It's Matt King. Yeah, it's Matt King. Yeah.
I didn't call that, but my wife called that. So well done to my wife there on that one.
I did. I really like that. Yeah,
that's
I thought
cool.
it was really, really cool. I like that they're going for like these, kind of very well-known British comedy actors as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, they had Iowade in the last one as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm like, it was. I really like the look of this. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm a bit miffed that they kind of gave us the same trailer as last year, but a tiny bit more gameplay footage.
True.
I would have liked to have seen like just again more extended footage. There were more snippets in this, great. And obviously the brief bits that they show of actual, gameplay, character moving, and the environment look incredible. Like visually, it's incredible, I think. And they've obviously nailed the tone and the atmosphere and Albion in general. But that's my only nit is just I wish we could like just give me 5 minutes of just uninterrupted gameplay. That's all I really want. But other than that, I think it looks terrific. Visually looks amazing. I'll be interested to see what kind of RPG mechanics are actually in the game, because I feel like we still don't have a feel as to the kind of RPG it will be. Even though I think it's we can assume it's open world and some of the stuff that were in the earlier Fable games in terms of like the choice and consequence stuff. But yeah, look great. Look great.
Fantastic. Yeah, sorry. Well then, sorry. Yeah. That's it.
I'll probably just echo what Luke said.
Yeah.
I think the thing with Fable, the one thing that I was really worried when they first kind of announced because they announced it before they kind of revealed the Richard Ayoade trailer, was the tone of Fable is something that, although it's Playground, obviously a British studio, I was just really worried that they might not be able to get. And I think they demonstrated in these last two trailers that they've absolutely nailed it. I think the casting of these characters is just is chef's kiss. I think it's pretty much perfect. And I'm curious as how many of these these British comedians that they're going to have in, because I didn't know if I didn't expect kind of another one. If I'm being honest, I thought Richard Ayoade would have been kind of like maybe the main one that appeared in it.
They might have
agree with Luke. Would have been maybe. I think kind of the parts that were gameplay. I think Playground are a fantastic studio. If you see what they've done with the Horizon games, I didn't really have any questions over kind of how the game was going to look, and I think they've demonstrated that in the two trailers where it does look fantastic. I I just want to see more. I'm kind of with Luke. I would just love to see more of the game. I'm going to assume this might be kind of like the showcase game next year. You know, that this might be kind of late next year, and this will be kind of like the card and Starfield after showcase, where we'll hopefully get a bit of a deep dive into how it works. But this is probably my most anticipated game from Xbox at the moment, if I'm being honest. I cannot wait for this. And yeah, I'm just so happy that they seem to have really nailed the humor element and just the tone of Fable. Yeah, can't wait.
Definitely. Yeah. Right, well said, buddy. Looking fantastic. Yeah, that is such an important thing about the tone of it, isn't it? And it's great to see them doing a great job on it. I hope they do have some more, comedians from the British realm, because there's some great people you can.
Who could they get?
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Who could they get? Who
there's so many. Jack D.
Jack D.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'm trying to think. Oh, what the hell's his name? The guy from the Mighty Boosh that does the Great British Bake Off.
Oh,
Noel
Fielding.
Yeah, get
Noel Fielding in
there.
I
think
that'd be good. That's a good idea.
Get like Rowan Atkinson.
Yes.
Rowan Atkinson would be perfect for it, wouldn't it?
It would be good, actually. Yeah, quite quirky sort of character.
Nice. Yeah. Great shout.
Definite. Yeah, there's so many you could get in there. I can see Stephen Fry in it as well, actually. The kind of thing as a character. They should get loads of people. Just get them all. So many great people. But yes, Paul, how did you feel about Fable? Did you like what you saw?
I mean, anyone that knows me knows that I just love Playground games. I mean, their Forza series is just top tier for me, and every time I see one of their games, I'm just tears of joy because I just absolutely love them. And arcade race is not for everyone, but for me, I mean, props to bloody Playground. I mean, they're just an incredible studio. They are Xbox's Insomniac by far, and the fact that they're taking on this iconic franchise. After just doing a racing series that takes some balls, and obviously it's a complete different genre. So we all had some reservations and thinking, well, how are they going to pull this off? But my God, I mean, it looks absolutely incredible, and that's on the Forza Tech engine. Right. And they've captured the tone, the humor. I mean, the visuals. It just reminds me of Plague Tale, Requiem, especially that running sequence with the tree. It just looks brilliant. Yeah. And I just can't wait to see more. I mean, I know we're going to get it in a dev direct in January, but it just seems such a long time away. And I'm just disappointed I can't see more of it, like a big vertical slice of that gameplay, because,
exactly,
it just looks amazing.
It does look great, doesn't it?
I'm wowed with it, and that's top tier stuff, man.
It sure is looking good. Were you disappointed not getting any Horizon announcement or anything like that? New Horizon?
I wasn't expecting it this year.
No.
I thought that we're probably going to see it next year. Yeah. So I would have been very happy to see it this year, but I thought it's not the end of the world, because I'm still playing Forza Horizon 5 now. So I'm with my boy. He absolutely loves it. So we do a lot of co-op with it, and
cool.
And they do regular updates with it in terms of their seasons. So I'm happy at the minute.
Exactly.
But talking about Fable, I mean, that just looks. Oh, it's just next level, man. I just love it.
Cool, man. Good stuff. Glad you were happy with what you saw on that one. Anyone else want to mention anything else about Fable? Did you want to talk about Fable, Stubbs, or do you want to move on? It's up to you.
Fable, it looks really good. I love how they're incorporating a lot of high-paid actors as well, and celebrities, let's say. I'd imagine that it's got quite a big budget, Fable. It does seem like that.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be. This game's going to bring in the older fans and the new fans. I think from what they're showing, I think this is really going to grab a lot of people. I think this will be a really good game. I'm looking forward to trying it, and it's sooner than I thought. I was predicting years away, but next year.
No, 2025.
Yeah, it's all looking good, mate. It's all looking. Scott said, "Don't ask him for it, but he's got to pop out. He'll be back."
Okay, thanks.
In the chat.
Cool. Yeah, no worries. Cheers. Okay, lovely stuff. So moving then on to the next one, which I might need a bit of help because I've written it down. I went past it quite quick. I'm not sure if it's something punk, Frag Punk. I didn't even quite catch the name properly, but do you know the one I mean?
Yeah.
Frag Punk or something, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll have to look at the end of the
something
trailer. But yeah, any interest for this one, guys? Or
PvE
Not
shooter,
really.
isn't it? Or PvP
Yeah,
shooter, 5v5 or whatever.
I'm
it is.
100% honest, I can't even remember it, but so you might need to help.
No, I think
I thought it was
the only
marathon.
thing.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, kind of some similar-ish look to it because of the color. The only thing, like, only quickly, I thought that actually mechanically it looked really clever.
Yeah.
The fact that it's like card based, but they give you very distinct abilities that are unique to first person shooters. So like you could spawn grass and hide in it. Like stuff like that is actually very cool. I don't know if I'll be interested in it at all to play it, but I just thought, for a 5v5 shooter, it looked, interesting.
Yeah, I think I must have been looking down at my keyboard at this time because I was making notes and stuff. But I guess I can't remember this game at all from the show.
Yeah, it just felt a bit out of place for the rest of the show. Like it should have been maybe
Fragpunk. Yeah, it does look quite cool. I like the card system in there looks pretty good. Yeah,
a bit different.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Anyone else want to talk about that one, or do you want to move on? It's entirely up to you guys. Anything Fragpunk?
I'm good. No.
Moving on, and let's go. Next one. Winterborough, guys. So this one looked really interesting, beautiful art style. Very sort of intimate kind of game to have on a big showcase like this one, so it must have felt quite weird for the developer, I imagine, in a good way, obviously. So yeah, it looks interesting to me. One of the few indies, I guess, in there. There was a handful, wasn't there? So nice to see some in there. And I have to admit, though, this was probably not one that's really got my taste buds going, if you know what I mean. If I'm going to be honest. But did anyone else like what they saw in this game?
It's going to be one of those games that you want to play after a big AAA, just
to palate cleanser, yeah.
Yeah, palate cleanser, exactly. Yeah, nice and simple, chill.
Definite. Yeah. No, it's got a lovely art style. It's just one of those ones that's, like I say, it's not grabbing me massively at the moment, but it's definitely something that I'm sure once you learn a bit more about the mechanics of it, it doesn't necessarily show that well in this particular scenario, in my opinion, because it's probably more about the story elements and stuff like that. And it's like a survival game, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken, if I got that right.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
But yeah, cool to see it on a big stage. Good for the developer. Congratulations to them. We'll keep it moving, shall we? Let's move on to one that I absolutely loved seeing. So next up, from the developer of The Artful Escape, Beethoven and Dinosaur, it was a new game shown off, also being published by Annapurna, which is cool, same as last time. And yeah, it's called Mixtape. Looks really interesting. Lots of music focus again. Obviously the developer is a musician and plays in a rock band and stuff, so they are all about the music always. And same with The Artful Escape, same as this time. It seems like they got music elements being incorporated into the game from real life bands, and the Smashing Pumpkins are on the list, guys, for featured artists, as well as many others which looked really good, which I can't remember most of them. Hopefully you'll be able to help me out with that. But yeah, I'm just really excited to see this reveal. Definitely one of my highlights of the show. The developer are just super talented, so yeah, I just can't wait to check this out because I'm sure it's going to be amazing. I had an amazing time with Artful Escape. It had that emotional connection and also, the sort of fun, sort of fantastical feel to their art that they have, and just feel like this is going to have a similar kind of vibe to it as well. So yeah, here you go. The artists are flashing up on the screen right now. Joy Division, Iggy Pop, all the good stuff on there, guys. So it's going to be cool to have that all coming into the game, and they do an amazing job of incorporating that into their themes. So yeah, Luke, how did you feel about this one?
Yeah, I thought this looked really spectacular. I love the art style.
Yeah,
really, the art style of this, and the kind of age story. I did laugh because someone I don't know who it was, so I credit them, but someone referred to it as Boomer Adventure Simulator, which I thought was quite funny.
Nice.
So I quite enjoyed that, which is I guess a sliding at the time period of the game, but I think it looked really cool. I just really lovely art style, and it was quite funny as well. Like I thought, very well voiced, and I like the sort of humor they're going for, and the surrealism, which obviously they did with the Artful Escape, right?
Yes.
So, I think this looks awesome.
Yeah, great points, buddy. That's 100% great points. And yeah, like they've got a real style about them, haven't they? This developer, Beethoven and Dinosaur, like you say, like it's a real sort of vibe, but amazing way they connect that with the emotional side of it as well. I think so. Yeah. Clever. I'm super looking forward to it. I'm glad you are as well. I'm so glad to hear it. So yeah, is Scott back or is he still on a little break? I think he might be on a little break. Otherwise, he would spoke right now. So Paul, how did you feel about this one? Was this up your street, my friend?
Well, I played the Artful Escape,
cool.
Completed that. I think I got 100%, if I remember rightly. Had a really good time on it, and this, I mean, what an upgrade! First and foremost, I mean, visually it looks astounding. You know, they incorporate all the music elements, and yeah, it's going to be a great story. So yeah, I'm sold, man. I'm day one on that one.
Nice.
I was really impressed with it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful looking game. I think Artful Escape was stunning to look at as well, but yeah, different in a different way. But you can definitely get the sense of this being that same developer style, so I think that's really cool. They really wear that sort of on their sleeve, their
great
style.
Showing.
Definitely, glad to hear it. Glad to hear you like what you saw. Stubbs, what do you think of this one?
It looks like a fun game to give a go. It's a different experience. I never played the Artful
That's
Escape.
a surprise.
Yeah, I know. Terrible, isn't it?
We're going to wind it back a bit. I didn't play that one, but yeah, I'm only joking. I'm joking.
But no, it looks an interesting game.
Yeah, cool, man. Yeah, I think you'll dive into it, check it out.
Well, if it's in Game Pass, I might as well give it a go.
It will be, yeah. And you'll have time to play the Artful Escape in the meantime. You'll pick it up on sale on Steam anytime there's a Steam sale, which there'll be.
Sale. Yeah.
Go for it, check it out. It's an amazing little game, and nothing too challenging as as well. No tutorials to worry about, just straight into
it. Nice chill game, man. It's a nice chill game.
It's very chill, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, that's all right. Nice.
Should check
good
it out.
Music as well.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, so good. Fantastic. Scott is still not back, I'm guessing. Nope. Cool. Let's move forward. We can always pop back to this one if he wants to talk about it. Moving on, and maybe straight past Flight Sim, guys. Yeah, do you agree?
Yeah.
Definitely.
How about Elder Scrolls Online? Moving past that. Skip.
Yeah.
Skip. And then back.
Oh, Scott's back, is he?
Yeah.
Okay, Scott, did you want to...
gentlemen.
That's all right, no worries. We're just talking about... All of us have spoken about mixtape, but I just wanted to know if you wanted to put anything in on what you thought of mixtape.
Look great. Obviously the audio or the song choices were fantastic from sort of my youthful days. So yeah, I thought it looked great. That was the Annapurna one, wasn't it?
That's right, Annapurna and Beethoven and Dinosaur, the people who made Artful Escape.
That looked great. The two games before that as well, I think I've obviously missed a couple. Not to go back too far, but I thought Winter Borrow looked great. Obviously, completely different vibe to the other games as well. I just love that game was in this showcase. I love that they picked that type of game.
Yeah, that's a good
showcase as part of this. And then Frag Punk, I think it was very quickly. Yeah, just another hero shooter, man. Like it's just the summer of hero shooters at the moment.
Definitely,
although actually, I did think the card mechanic that they've got in there actually could be potentially cool, but you know, it's a tough crowd.
It's a rage quit game. Rage quit game.
Fantastic.
It's for
me. Great takes, buddy. So yeah, we're just skipping past Flight Sim, Elder Scrolls, Life is Strange, Double Exposure. I did actually think that looked really good. If you want to talk about that one for a bit, guys, sound good? I don't know if you guys are on board with me with that one, but I'll go for it quickly. If you don't want to talk, no worries. So Life is Strange, Double Exposure, pretty cool concept of two multiple timelines running by the sounds of things, and when your friend has died and one where your friend is still alive. Love the concept, and you can sort of play between two worlds hopefully and bring her back or whatever, I'm guessing. Love the title, Double Exposure. That's just genius. Obviously, double exposure in photography, taking two photos, with them coming together as one sort of thing. But yeah, that's really cool. I love the way they've got that photography aspect into it. So yeah, I'm just really looking forward to actually checking this one out. I'm not massive Life is Strange kind of guy, but I really like sort of murder mysteries and that kind of sort of supernatural stuff. But yeah, any of you guys interested in this one? Probably not, I'm afraid, Matt. Not much noise going on in the background, so I'm guessing no.
Yeah. I've not played any of the other Life is Strange games, so
yeah, that's fair enough. Any other guys? No. Moving on to where are we? Indiana Jones. So this one I'm sure we'll have a few critiques over and maybe some praise as well. Indiana Jones next. Nice long showing of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Looked cool in a lot of ways for me. This is my opinion, obviously. More gameplay would have definitely been a good thing because there wasn't enough gameplay, especially compared to how much other they had. But otherwise, overall, looked really good. Some of the lighting, I think, could be a bit better in some of the aspects of it. Like, I feel like it's a bit flat sometimes, but yeah, generally speaking, looks really cool. And yeah, I'd like to hear your thoughts, basically. Who would like to go first on Indiana Jones?
I don't mind going first.
Yep.
Personally, I think the direct it showed better at the direct than this showing.
Yeah.
I was a bit underwhelmed, if I'm to be honest. I mean, when I first saw it, I was like, "Yeah, man, Indiana Jones, I'm all in." And this, I don't know. It's just something that's niggling it. Maybe it was the fact that it was too much CGI cutscene, not enough gameplay. But I mean, the gameplay that they did show was kind of repeat of what we've already seen, and yeah, I was expecting more, to be fair. But you know, it's Indiana Jones. I grew up with it, so I'm gonna be playing it regardless. So yeah, I was just a bit not sure. That's all.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with Paul. This was probably my biggest disappointment of the show, if I'm being honest. I think it's evident that they've been able to nail the tone of Indiana Jones, but this was just one long sort of cutscene from the game with a very small amount of gameplay at the end.
Yeah, very bland environment as well. Yeah.
Other than 2024, this game's might be coming this year. We're in June. And I've got similar thoughts about another game we'll talk about later, but we're in June and you can't commit to a release date within 2024, which has me a little bit concerned about whether they're actually going to be able to hit 2024 or not at this point. Obviously, they might just not have a final date nailed, which is fine, but I would have maybe expected to have one by now. So the lack of gameplay and the lack of date, it just kind of makes me feel like was there much point in bringing Indiana Jones to this showcase? I think Paul is right. They showed more gameplay, and this was kind of just a repeat of it from the last showcase. So without a date, what was really the point? So yeah, this is probably like say my lowest point of the show, if I'm being honest with you.
Really? Okay, I didn't think we'd have that down on it, but I was definitely, I have critiques for it, but I didn't. I thought it still, it showed in the terms of it being an enjoyable adventure experience. It showed that well, but obviously you need to show gameplay is what we want. I do feel it needs a bit tuning, as I say that in the visual.
I don't think the biome that they're on done it any justice.
No, you're probably right there.
Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe I'd disagree with that a little bit, despite my critiques, because at least it showed a completely different environment compared to the last one. If I remember last time, it was all kind of sandy, desert, that sort of thing. This was kind of like a ship on top of a mountain in the Arctic or whatever it was. I can't quite remember it now. So it was like a completely different environment, which was good because it'll show that we'll go to different environments in the game. But it was just the cinematics from that environment. It wasn't any new gameplay, unless I'm completely misremembering it. And there was even some shots where it was just exactly the same shot. It
was the same shot.
Showcase. Where the floor goes and she grabs him, I think,
and the bit where he's underground or whatever, and then he hits the bloke with the glasses.
So this is running on Tech 7, and if you compare it to Doom, it's night and day difference,
right?
In terms of graphics,
don't
you think?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I was expecting maybe more, but
it's how you use the tools, isn't it? I think.
Yeah. They've got time as well, I suppose. The fact that they haven't locked in a release date.
Yeah, exactly.
It's supposed to be coming out this year. Maybe
I definitely feel the lighting looks really flat in some of this bit. It's just really flat. Anyway, So Scott, you've spoken. Sorry, who hasn't spoken? Carry on. Who hasn't spoken? Sorry, guys, I've lost my plot. Stubbsy, have you spoken on some of the Indiana Jones?
Good. It looked good, but compared to a lot of the other games, it was underwhelming. But I think it'd be fun to play. And as I'm going to say again, when I have a quote, Game Pass, I might as well give it a go.
Indeed, the Game Pass, the savior. Hopefully they're gonna bring a much stronger showing next time though. Like the lighting in this area does look a lot better beyond the snow bit, I think. But yeah, I think obviously it's flat lighting in the
that
snow
looks
area,
good there
but
in the desert, and obviously that one with the foliage. It's just that snow. It just doesn't look right.
No, it looks ropey on that scene. Yeah.
So that looks good.
Yeah. I need to
maybe they got time to brush it up,
give it a old tune up in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool. Anyone else want to mention anything else about Indiana Jones? Or are we moving forward, guys? Moving on.
I was just going to say.
Oh, sorry.
I think, no, it's fine. I think. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Indiana Jones, but I'm not. I don't know. I'm not getting much from this game. I don't know what it is. I think it will be. It'll be one of those that will look a lot better in person when it's on on a screen in front of you rather than through a trailer. And Machine Game's really good. I think it would be weird if this wasn't good.
Yeah.
Like
Wolfenstein's really good. Yeah.
Yeah. Except the level design is atrocious. So I hope they fix it for this one. But,
sure. Yeah. Usually it looks quite punchy. Their visuals, though, aren't they? They're quite strong, and
Well, yeah, this is what I felt like when they revealed it at first, because everybody. I remember when the first trailer came out, everybody was like, "Oh wow, this is really good," and I thought, "Does it really like visually? Does it?" Because if people, you look at Wolfenstein called New Colossus.
New Colossus,
the second one.
Yeah.
That was a really impressive looking game. Actually, there was a huge step up from New Order, which was the first game, and so I expected Indy to, running on what is presumably new id tech, or maybe it's not. But even if it's not, and I remember saying at the time, I don't think this even looks as good as the New Colossus visually. So I think that looks better visually than this does. So I don't like. It's not the be all and end all or anything like that. It's still a good looking game, but I was just expecting a bit more from Machine Games. But we don't know anything about the development of it really. So but yeah, and echo what Scott said. I'm just surprised. You're in June. It's supposed to be coming out this year, and they're still committing to this year.
Yeah.
Why haven't you got a date for it? It's just a bit weird. But I'll play it day one. So.
Yeah. I think it's going to be good. But yeah, just hopefully they can tighten it up to be the best it can be. Yeah. Cool. Good stuff. So next after this, we had a game called Mecha Break. I think that was a new reveal. Anyone?
That was wasn't that during the feature game show, Andy?
I don't think it was.
During Summer Games Fest. It was during. I'm pretty sure that we've seen that this weekend.
Oh, because you guys were talking about
Gundam at the time. Was that a different game? I
don't know. Actually, it does look a lot. Now you say that. Well, it might have been something different with a similar vibe. I think it might have been something different with a similar vibe.
Oh, okay.
I might be wrong though. Sorry if I'm wrong, but I don't know.
If it is, it's scarily close to the game that we've literally just seen. And I was like, I just thought a little bit odd that it showed up.
Maybe it's because
it was during Summer Games Fest. Yeah,
it was when Ash was there.
Yeah,
because Ash was talking to you about it. Was it which one was Ash?
I'm just looking up on IGN now. Yeah, they revealed an August beta test.
Oh, so it was there on that as well. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
So I thought it was a little odd that it showed up here and there. I mean, obviously, there's not necessarily any harm in it being both places. Good for them getting as many eyes on it as possible. But it's like, we've just seen this.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, but yeah, any of you guys interested in this at all?
Nah.
No.
The only game that I'll be interested in is Transformers.
Okay,
for robots.
Only got the
they bring that back.
Cool. I know one game that some of you guys have mentioned, Wu Chang Fallen Feathers, which has just appeared on the screen right now, which is the next game that was shown off. I know Stubbs, you were talking about this, weren't you? Wu Chang Fallen Feathers.
Yeah, just it was only in reference to Fiji and Rube was certainly liking it.
Oh, okay.
I never actually played it.
Right, so this is
too hard for me.
So is this out already? You say?
Oh no, it's the DLC, isn't it? For the game.
Okay, hang on. So
I don't think
it's a new game.
It's a new game. Yeah.
It's The new game, yeah.
Are you thinking this is DLC for Warlong?
It's not Warlong.
It's not Warlong, no. It's its own thing.
Brand new game.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Completely wrong there. Sorry.
It's all right, don't worry.
I was a little bit confused when you said that earlier as well, Stubbs. I was like,
yeah. I got my wires crossed because Removal was texting me and I just didn't read it correctly.
Yeah. So this is a new game coming out, which does, in my opinion, look really, really cool. And yeah, any of you guys like what you see here? No.
I thought it looked cool. Really cool. It was a bit framey in paces, so it seems a bit early.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, there's a lot of games like this, to be honest, coming out at the minute. So it's getting slightly different track. A lot of them. So,
2025 Game Pass for this one.
Yeah, but it looked cool. I love some of the designs in there. Really cool stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's got what's a bit of the old Vampire Eyes or something going on there. Is she a vampire or something as well as a?
No,
I don't know. I'm just reading into stuff now. But I thought that might appeal to you because I know you like a bit of vampire action. Your bloodthirsty ways.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, Scott, did you like what you saw with this one, or what do you think?
Yeah, I think it looked cool. I think it is just there's a lot of, I guess, Souls-like is the term.
Yeah.
Oh no, I wasn't muted. I thought I was muted for a second.
No, you're good.
Souls-like is the term, I guess, these days, isn't it? And there's a lot of them. So it's probably not a game I'll play, to perfectly honest. I'm not too sure kind of what sets this apart to maybe other Souls-like, and especially someone who's maybe not like that big on Souls. Like Dark Souls 3 was like hell for me personally.
Good lad.
So yeah, we'll see. I think it's one of those ones where I'll just be a case of wait for previews and reviews and then see how it lands.
We get to know more about it.
Yeah, I've never heard of the developer before, so you're not too sure what the pedigree is. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, it sounds like a plan. Oh, excuse me. Personally, I feel like it does have a bit of a unique feel to it with regards to some of the, the combat looks good, and there's just some elements going on there which I'm intrigued to know more about. Like you say, it's difficult to call off of what we saw there, but the red eyes, they're getting me going. I think it looks pretty intriguing, and I like Japanese culture as well, so that vibe that it's got going on there. So it has my interest. Any of you other guys want to talk about this one at all, or should we move on?
Can move on.
Yep, cool. No worries. Avowed. So, Paul, how do you feel about Avowed? Is this being shown with the new Unreal Engine footage now, or is it?
If it is, it doesn't look any different.
I was going to say that's
direct.
Do you guys know, or if they changed to Unreal Engine? Am I going mad?
That's the rumor.
That's the rumor. Okay.
Yeah, they did. I think they have done, but I think people have this weird expectation that they'll change engines and suddenly it'll Hellblade or whatever.
Yeah.
Like to make it look like you need to actually utilize the new Unreal Engine 5 features like Lumen and Nanite and stuff. And I don't think they are or ever planning to do that. And if they are using I think they might be using Lumen, for example, but obviously they're not using Nanite, and whatever they showed last was probably running. And I said this, I think we were talking about it in someone, I can't remember now, but I said a little bit ago, I wasn't expecting it to look dramatically different from the last time just because they've moved over engines, and it didn't. It looked still nice.
Yeah.
But nothing amazing visually. It just looks like a nice looking Obsidian RPG, and I'm sure it'll be really good. So
my biggest concern, which they didn't really address in this showcase, was the AI and the combat, because it just looked a bit.
It's a bit stiff, isn't it? The combat,
something was not right with it. But with Obsidian, they're masters at RPGs, and I'm sure that'll get ironed out. It's just I was just disappointed that I didn't see any difference, because it was it's not quick segments of melee combat and stuff. But I'm just hopeful. I mean, it's what I've seen before, so the fact they didn't lock in an actual release date as well was it's like, what? Why? It's
similar to Indiana Jones, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's again, it's another one of those things where I'm thinking, like,
Is it going to slip?
Need to be here. Yeah, is it going to slip? And did it need to be here? And I think I can understand why Xbox, we're bringing these games regardless. But yeah, I think the lack of data against some of Indiana Jones is probably the more disappointing element.
So when are they going to, announce the lock-in date? Because they've done the showcase now. When
I guess it could just be in a blog post. Yeah, I mean, or a release date trailer and that sort of thing. I mean, I'd rather they didn't. I mean, I would rather they didn't announce a release date only to delay it than wait. If they don't have a release date, I can kind of understand it. But like, I don't think they showed too much more than we haven't already seen.
The graphics and the aesthetic looks fine to me. So
I think at this point, you're showing this game, you're showing it to let us know when we're going to play it. And
exactly. They didn't do it.
Yeah. I'm still really looking forward to this game though. I can't wait. I do hope it does hit this year. I really do like the art style. I understand what it seems about switching to the latest version of Unreal hasn't had any sort of real impact on it, but I still quite like the art style. I just want to play it because the one thing is when they first showed off the combat, as we touched on, kind of did look a little. I think you described it as stiff. I think that's a fair.
It's like the weight of the weapons as well.
Describe it. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to playing it, and hopefully it does land this year.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, I personally thought it looked a lot better than the last time it showed. From my point of view, last time it looked a lot flatter, and just this time it just punched a bit more. If you know what I mean, a bit more lighting.
I think that was just the editing on the trailer.
Could well be,
because I think the last time they showed kind of more extended gameplay bits.
Yeah,
because they had that demo where they went through the quest with that NPC, because it was during the Dev Direct, wasn't it? The kind of more deep dive showcase when they last showed it. So I think the editing here does help a little bit, because it's not shown kind of any extended bits of kind of what might be stiffer gameplay. And I know they did address some of the feedback regarding the combat after the showcase. So hopefully, and I'm sure they have gone away to tweak that a little bit. Or it might just be one of those things where it just doesn't demo particularly well when you're not playing it as well,
Yeah. Exactly. So, yeah. I mean, like I say, I did think it looked personally better though, but like I say, it could, whatever reason that might be. But I mean, even the individual little aspects of it, I think they just do look a bit more punchy and polished now. I don't know. I was like, I don't really like the look of it last time, so I'm actually thinking it actually looks pretty good now. But yeah, anyone else want to mention anything about Avowed? Stubbs, did you want to talk about Avowed at all?
Not really, no.
Love Stubbsy.
No worries. So next up we had Atomfall, which I first of all thought looked like it might have been from the same developer as Atomic Heart, from the vibes of it, of the look of it. But it wasn't actually in the end. I found out because I did actually check. But yeah, it had a similar sort of feel to like Atomic Heart kind of thing, and it looked really interesting, like quite quirky in a sense. And yeah, I like the look of it. It's cool sort of conceptually, and it's got me interested basically. Anyone else then? So Scott, what did you think of this one? Do you remember much about this one, Atomfall?
I'm rewatching the trailer now.
Oh, cool. No worries.
I don't know if it's like it doesn't stand out to me in the show as kind of one of the better games from what I saw. So I've seen people describe it as kind of like an Elder Scrolls crossed with Fallout.
Right.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure. Not necessarily that I think it looked bad or anything. It just didn't grab me. Obviously, it's a stacked showcase with a lot of things that stood out, and this just wasn't one of them for me.
No, totally fair, and like maybe overshadowed by a lot of other bigger ones that you were excited for. But no worries at all. And Stubbs, let's go to you second this time. keep you on your toes. What do you think of Atomfall? He was not ready for me, probably.
I wasn't ready.
I knew it. That's why I did it. Keep you on your toes, sir. That's fine. We can go to Paul if you like. Paul, what do you think of Atomfall?
Yeah, that's cool. It looks kind of interesting. I mean, it didn't really grab me like some of the other games, but it's one of those ones that's in Game Pass, and it's worth a try. If
I think it's one we need more on, isn't it?
A bit more on, yes.
Yeah,
it's a bit vague, to be honest.
It's revealed itself to us, but yeah, I think the concept of a post-apocalyptic by the look of it world kind of thing, and this quirky paraphernalia everywhere looks quite interesting to me. It has me interested, is the word. But yeah, anyone else want to talk about Atomfall at all?
No. Great feedback stubs from Daz.
What's that? Oh, UK Daz, it's great to see you, bro.
You're slandering him.
Yeah, great feedback. Exactly. You keep it there. It's good to see you, Dazzy baby. Thank you for being here. Where are we? So, Assassin's Creed Shadows. What do you think, guys? It's quite surprising to see it in here. It's going to be on the showcase tomorrow, isn't it, as well? Yeah. What did you think?
I loved it.
Nice.
I mean, I love all that Japanese mythology and
me too.
And vibe. I mean, I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima at the moment, and
nice.
I'm just in my element because I just love, what it kind of represents. The samurai, and I just love it. Like the films as well, like The Last Samurai. It just does it for me, man. I just can't get enough of it. So when I saw this, I was like, yeah, they've got the vibe. It looks great. Good stealth elements.
Yeah.
The fact that the katana, I'm there.
People have been crying out for this for years, haven't they? They've been wanting it in Japan,
exactly,
for so long. So
this is definitely a me game, 100%.
Cool, man. Are you already a regular on the old Assassin's Creed, or have you got?
Yeah. I've got Origins and Valhalla. I'll put more into Valhalla. I just love the Viking setting, but Origins I kind of played to around about where I got to the pyramids, because I'm fascinated with the
history
that history of the pyramids and stuff. So I was just like, I just want to run around and just take it all in and
nice,
just have a laugh with it. But
nice. That sounds cool. Excellent. I'm glad that you got your wish on this one. I think a lot of people have maybe fallen off of Assassin's Creed, but maybe this could get them back into it or something. Or the recent.
I just hope it's a shorter game, because
exactly.
The mainline ones they're massive games. I mean, I put something like 150 hours into Valhalla, and I'm like,
that's what it is.
I don't think I can do it anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. I know what you mean. It's beefy. There was the recent one that was made a bit more condensed, though, wasn't it? Was that going to be the way going forward, or is that basically one they were just trialing as a side project, kind of almost? Do you know?
Mirage. You're on the
Mirage, yeah.
A one-off, wasn't it? Or
was that a one-off side thing?
I think they're just doing different things.
Yeah.
So they're doing small games like Mirage, and so which is coming on, and then you've got your bigger mainline core, I guess. Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. So this will probably be the big, massive RPG again, kind of thing.
That's fine.
This is like
Samurai.
This is the Odyssey and sequel, quote unquote, if that makes any sense at all.
Probably you cut out a bit, so I think I got the gist though. This weird deal.
It's the big one. It's
this is the big. This is the main line. Yeah, cool. Thank you. That's it. Cheers. Lovely stuff. Okay, Scott and Luke, are you looking forward to it at all? Or either of you guys?
I'm fairly looking forward to this one, actually.
Yeah.
I didn't really enjoy Valhalla or Odyssey for that matter. I quite like Origins, and it's supposed to be something similar on scale to Origins, which is still very big, but not as big as Valhalla. And Japan setting, is a big cool thing.
Definite.
So I'll play it.
Nice. Yeah, I'll definitely be interested to see how they work with the Japanese setting and incorporating it into the lore of Assassin's Creed. It'll be cool to see. Hopefully they do a good job of that. Scott, at all, you up for a bit of Assassin's Creed?
Nah, it's not for me.
No.
Assassin's Creed, it's been a while. This setting is at least more interesting than the previous ones, but it's not enough to bring me back. Cool. 100 hours of Assassin's Creed is just not no worries.
Yeah, that's totally cool. Yeah, no problem at all. So the penultimate game, before we get to the final, maybe the main event for some of us, Stalker 2 was up, which looked incredible in my opinion, which I will just pull up now. Stalker 2 definitely looking real nice to me. I'll send it straight over to Luke. How do you feel about Stalker 2, brother?
Yeah, it looks really nice. I would like to see some like show floor gameplay for it.
Yeah.
But because they've shown gameplay before, but then when they've demoed it hasn't quite married up.
Okay.
It seems like they're well behind on their builds, basically, as in, when they're showing a gameplay build that's actually months and months and months old, which is totally fine. Like, the studio.
So it works,
it's just world, especially to make a game in the circumstances they're making it is absolutely remarkable. So
yes, exactly.
I'm really looking for the game. But this trailer looks really, really good. Looks very and very impressive. So I'm looking forward to playing this, and we've got a release date on it, which is in of itself remarkable. So that's awesome.
Awesome stuff, fantastic. I just read Daz's comment there, sorry. Check out Daz's comment. But yeah, no, it's great to see it's coming through. As a release date, no, I'm not a problem for now, but there is something weird going on with your voice. For maybe I don't know if it's the gating thing in Discord has accidentally got turned on again for you, matey. Remember when we had that a while back? Do you remember we had a look at that and we turned the gate, we moved the gate and everything, so it allowed it.
Yeah,
might be getting.
It's not on.
It's not on there. So you're in the green area, quite a big area of the green bit. Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. It's just because it's cutting into your voice quite a bit. It's losing words basically, but don't know what it is. Cool. But so you know. Scott, what do you think of Stalker 2? Did it look good for you, my man?
Yeah, Luke said it perfectly. I think it looks great. Obviously a lot of gameplay in there as well, and a release date, like from that perspective, it's almost a perfect trailer, So yeah. I'm really looking forward to playing it.
Definitely. And is this one going to be on Paul's playlist?
Absolutely. We've seen so much of this game over the last few years, and every time you see it, you just want, just give me it now because it looks great. They got the great vibe. I love all that. Radioactive stuff that they got going on with all the mutants and stuff, and the gunplay looks excellent with the physics-based stuff. This is the real deal. 100%.
Nice. Lighting's beautiful. Fantastic, good stuff. And I'm guessing, Stubbsy, you're not going to play this one?
I'm going to play this one. It looks great.
Okay.
It looks an excellent shooter.
Cool. Yeah, it's go ahead.
I haven't got that much to say on it.
No,
the feedback's a bit better than the last one. I'm sure Daz will comment on it.
Yeah. yeah. Give Daz a showing of your fine vocabulary skills. So that's good to hear you checking it out. I'm looking forward to it as well. I love the atmosphere of the game and looking forward to checking it out. Let's go to the final event though, because I know some people are really looking forward to this one. Certain people, just a few people. No, all of us I think are looking forward to it. But let's give Stubbsy his moment, shall we, guys? Last up,
floor is yours.
We had a big announcement, which is pretty cool. The one of the OG Xbox titles, one of the titles that a lot of people associate with Xbox, coming back and showing their strong hand, I suppose you could say, and going back to the Gears of War, the OG by the looks of things, for a prequel. So yes, I'm going to bring it up on the screen. Stubbsy baby, how did you feel? Were you in tears? Are you excited?
I was. It's unfortunately you can't get it. I was screaming down the phone in the WhatsApp group. I saw it. I didn't quite anticipate them doing this. I just thought either going to get Gears of War 6 or a collection. I didn't anticipate them going back and actually doing it, because if you don't know what it's going to be an origin story of Marcus Phoenix and Dom Santiago, who they're like brothers basically. They're not actual brothers, but they're called brothers. Yeah. And what you'll see, in all the games, Marcus is a badass, kick-ass dude. Like he knows how to kill locust drones. But what you're going to see in this is how they struggled to start with, because they didn't see the emergence day threat coming from the locust. So you will, if you notice in the trailer, you see Marcus struggling to fight the drone off. He wasn't used to it. So you can see a whole origin story that's never actually been told in a game. So it's going to be quite interesting for people to learn, because the whole Gears of War universe is based around Emergence Day, because that's where it all started. And this game will explain it to everybody. So that's basically what it is. And the graphics, man, absolutely, you can tell it's been built from the ground up. And it's good to see that they've got a quote here that this probably describes it the best. From, there was an interview put out and Scott put it in the WhatsApp group. The Coalition are being very intentional to recast the Locusts not simply as foes, but as living nightmares. These ain't your typical alien or zombie video game antagonists. They're mysterious, formidable creatures that dwell beneath the earth, tapping into our deepest fears. The design brief was simple. Locusts are the monsters under your bed. So they want, like everyone's been saying, they want Gears to return to dark, gritty, and dirty and scary. Because it used to be scary.
Exactly, survival horror, kind of almost.
Exactly,
you know,
and that is what. Because it does say in the interview as well. This is a totally brand new game, but it's a prequel. But it'll be different to any other game. It is what's needed. It could really put the Gears of War franchise back on the map, because although in the interview the Coalition say they're very happy with Gears 4 and 5, I imagine this game's going to knock them to the floor. This game will, because it looks like the level of detail they've gone to, even in that little trailer we've seen, is incredible. Okay, there's no release date, but we've still got an announcement. Now, do you remember that little tech? There was a demo Coalition release.
Yeah.
Now everyone thinks that was a project. Yeah.
Mm.
Do you remember them showing you some Gears-like characters, but they wouldn't say what it was? I think it was from the game. They just didn't say, because the suits are slightly different from what they're wearing. But I think that was a snippet from the game, and they just didn't say. Yeah, I think. But yes, I'm very hyped. But it's worked. Your plan has. Leave it till the end, and Stubbs has calmed down a bit. So there you go.
Oh, that wasn't necessary. Obviously, the cinematic looks great. Obviously, we are waiting on gameplay, bearing in mind that, obviously, but I'm sure it will look great. That will be
excited,
down the line,
to say the least.
But
very excited.
I'm glad you're excited for it. That is cool.
Finally, it's like you said on my podcast. You've had that prediction for the last 4 to 5 years.
Exactly, yeah.
Finally got it.
If you keep saying something like that, I feel it'll come right.
Exactly. Yeah. Looking forward to it.
No, I'm glad you're looking forward to it. That's awesome.
Yes, definitely.
What year do you think it will release in? Do you have a little pop at that?
When's Doom coming out?
When's Doom coming out? Next year.
Yeah. I can't see them Xbox releasing 2 shooters in 1 year. Maybe 26.
Yeah, that sounds more likely. Yeah.
That's all I'm thinking. I don't know how they release games, but they normally release 2 genre games in the same year.
They can do, but
let's not include Call of Duty, because different brand.
I think it's more about when it's ready. I think they'll be focused on when it's going to be its best.
Because the game finished, Gears 5 finished in 2019, and they obviously made Gears Tactics. They made Hive Busters, and so they've probably been working on it 3 or 4 years or something. But yeah, 2026 is probably when it's coming out.
Yeah.
I want it to come out next year, but they're not even putting a year on it. So that means it's not coming out next year. So you're probably realistically looking at 2026.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, yeah, that could be.
That's a guess. I don't know.
Could happen, yeah. Good stuff, though. Fantastic. Thanks for the lowdown on that. I'm glad you're excited. Let's go to Paul next, as I know you're excited as well, my friend. What did you think of the reveal?
Oh my God, I waited all frigging showcase for this game. Initially, I thought we weren't going to get it.
I kept thinking it.
I was thinking, they've been teasing it, but it's not happening. It's not happening. And then obviously Sarah said one last thing. I was like, and then it come up Xbox Game Studios, and I was like, is this it? Is this it? And then as soon as I saw that TV with the little cogs on it, I was like, yes, they've done it. Excuse my French, but I went, they've fucking done it. I just went bananas because, and the fact that it's that dark, aggressive horror.
Yeah.
with the Mad World piano tones in the background. I was like, oh my god, they're going back to the OG. This is it. Because I thought they were just going to do Gear 6 and it would just follow on with Kate's story.
Right.
But the fact that they've gone back to kind of Gears of War 0 is like, it's just an amazing announcement, and I couldn't be more pleased with it. And I was on such a high for about an hour. I was texting you, India, saying, I've got to come on.
Yeah.
I was just buzzing, man.
Nice,
absolutely
man.
Buzzing.
I'm pleased for you. That's great.
And the fact that Dom's in it as well, it's, they're best of buddies and they're like brothers in war, and it's just.
What the interview says, you see that bond.
Yes.
Throughout the game grow.
Yes.
You do.
And then when he lost him in that, was it Gears of War 2, and it was heartbreaking, and and the fact that they've the emotional roller coaster, because and now that we see him back together again in the prequel, it's just so good, man. I'm just so happy.
It's a good idea to go down that route.
It's a couple of years away, but
the
fact that they've got it. I mean, I made a tweet earlier and I just said Gears of War E-Day. They fucking did it. Mad World. That says it all. I mean, it is. It's just.
Yeah.
I think any gamer would just think that of our generation they'll be all over it, because it is one of those iconic franchises, and we weren't 100% sure on the direction with 4 and 5, and the fact that they're going back to the roots is what it needed, and I think it's like Stubbsy said, it's going to invigorate the franchise, and I'm here for it, man. I'm just it's made my showcase, man. Loved it. I've watched it 4 times already, and I just can't get enough of it. It's just encapsulates everything of Gears of War, and the fact that it is called Gears of War as well. It's just the icing on the cake. It just. What's Dazzy saying? Jesus,
it was just
sock.
I think
might just do it on this occasion.
I think he might.
Yeah. Oh man,
they're sharing it already. Does
it's like Forza, Halo, and Gears. Anytime they get shown, I'm all over it. And
it's good to see for the Xbox fans out there, for definite.
Exactly.
And really excited to see it myself. But I think it's the only way they should have gone with it, and exactly what everyone's been calling for. Gritty, back to that dark feel, of the visceral, all that sort of stuff. Bring it back, go for it. That's what they're doing. Well done, Xbox, on that front. Anything that you'd like to add to this, Luke and Scott? You excited for it? I think they've gone.
No. Give Luke a moment.
That's cool. Yeah, no worries.
I mean, I echo what everybody else has said. Really, it's it's great they're going back to the original vibes of the first years in particular, which is by far the most sort of horror focused game in the series. I was very surprised that it wasn't Gear 6 to do. Another prequel is surprising. Obviously, they had Judgment, which is sort of a prequel, but
Tactics was a prequel as well, wasn't it? That was set before.
Which one? Sorry,
was Tactics, and obviously completely different genre.
Tactics, different genre.
As well,
right.
Yeah, so was surprised by that, but I think people. People just want us to go back to Marcus, I think, and they've said that they're not, that they still think there's a really interesting story to tell with Kate's story. So I think they will go to that, but that won't be now. That won't be for a long time, I guess.
I'm happy with that.
So that's fine. So it looks great. I think they came out afterwards and they made that with Blur Studios, and they said
Blur
that they
were best in the biz at this sort of thing, aren't they, man? Blur are amazing at these
they're incredible at this sort of stuff. So they said it was made with real, like, all in-game assets, effectively. So character models, environments, props. So I did see on the Xbox Wire post as well, they said, what did they say? I don't know how they've calculated this number, but the Coalition was saying that it's got 100 times more environment and character details than Gears 5.
Okay.
Wow.
Hardware ray trace lighting, reflections and shadows, next generation destruction and gore, and cutting edge animation technology. So they're really, even if it doesn't look exactly like this trailer, I suspect it will probably be like one of the best looking things this generation.
on PC. Play it on PC.
Yes,
Yeah.
If you can't play it on
Notice in
PC,
interviews,
then
Luke, they emphasise, you know how everyone kept saying the Coalition are done with Gears? They emphasise how the studio is very much into Gears and will be for the future. They emphasise that in the writing bit. They did.
Yeah. So yeah, like it was a good trailer. I mean, I love the Mad World callback. That was really, really cool. And yeah, I mean, it's going to be a bit of ways off. I think it's probably earliest a 2026 game, but that's fine because I felt at the end of Gears 5 that I'd had enough Gears for quite a long time, and then Hivebusters I really enjoyed. So I was like, actually, I could see myself having a bit more Gears. And now, by the time it gets to 2026, let's say, I'll be really ready for another Gears. So like, it will kind of drop at the right time for me. So it was a great thing to end on.
Luke, do you think it will be this generation or next generation with the rumors of the 26 console? You reckon? Okay.
Yeah. Well, I guess if they are going to launch in 26, it might be cross-gen for Xbox. But
it'll be PC gen, baby.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We'll be on 6090s by then, won't we?
Yeah.
69ers. In Daz's book.
Yeah, 69. As his ears perked up.
Yeah, exactly. I just had to say that one for Dazzy, baby. Brilliant stuff. Scotty, baby, would you like to wind up with a little final thoughts on what you thought of Gears reveal?
Yeah, I mean the guys have probably said it best. To be honest, I couldn't really echo what they said. I thought it was a great reveal. I'm obviously not into Gears in the same way that Stubbs is, but I do really like the idea of going back a bit. I have been wondering ever since completing Gears 5 how they were going to handle the choice that you make in Gears 5 and the end of the Gears 5.
I can tell you.
And the decision is they're just not going to handle it. Which,
exactly. Can you imagine if they looked at it and were like, actually, you know what? Like, we don't know what to do, so let's just
go back. Yeah.
They did actually say how they would do it in the past. They said that they'd choose one path and then decide for you.
I know, but like, I just have this image of like, we don't know which path to choose. So actually,
when they were making the decision, they were like, how do we do this? And then someone's like, how about we just don't?
How about we just not do this?
Swerve it.
I really want to touch on Luke's point though about just the music, because I'm really surprised, Paul and Stubbs, neither of you picked up. Well, I know you picked up one, but neither of you mentioned it. But yeah, like the music choice was just absolutely perfect. I think like the callback to that original Mad World trailer for Gears, obviously it was a slightly remixed version of it, was just was fantastic. So really good to finally get an announcement for what the Coalition. I know we've kind of known that we're working on Gears of War, but it's great just to have that finally confirmed, and it has actually caught people by surprise as well, which is surprising in itself, because I think everyone did just expect them to continue on from Gears 5. So yeah, really excited for it. And yeah, visually the thing is, we look at this trailer and I think a lot of times you can look at trailers and you can think, well, is it actually going to look like that? But because it's come from the Coalition, it's going to look good. It's going to be an absolute visual feast. And we know it's going to play well as well. So yeah, really looking forward to it. I know we got a little bit of a wait, but I'm sure it'll be worth it.
I think that we will get maybe the announcement of Phoenix Collection next year. Maybe kind of makes sense a year out
if it's real.
If it's real.
I've given up hopes on it, to be honest.
Yeah,
a lot of people seem to think it's real. So
the Phoenix Collection first started at the start of the Xbox One generation. That's when people wanted it. That's a long time.
I don't think it's real.
I think it's just ever since just the Master Chief Collection existed. I think everyone.
Even before that, the Master Chief Collection even existed. I was in the Gears community then, and people wanted it at the start of the Xbox One gen. There was campaigns for it, all sorts, and then all Xbox did was just this backwards compatibility was their answer. That was it. People have been wanting it for a very long time. They have. So they know.
And you can't play Gears of War 2 or 3 on the PC.
No, you can't.
So it makes sense to do it. Especially with the new release coming out in a couple of years' time.
Can't play Gears of War 2 or 3 on the PC?
They've never been released.
No, they've never been released. No.
It was just the Ultimate Edition that was released on PC, wasn't it? Which was the kind of remaster of the first game.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that will probably be a smart move, especially considering it's going to have been so long since Gears 5 to maybe do something like that ahead of launch, maybe next year or something. That could be
Exactly
a smart move to get people, into it. But then you do still have Gears. The thing is, because it's not a sequel, it's not like you need to catch up on those games. So maybe, they think they don't necessarily have to. Maybe they do the Gears collection afterwards, to get people to play 1 through 3 after this one's released too. Who knows?
I just want it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Fantastic stuff, guys. Well, that should wind up the show, I should think. It's been awesome. And thank you very much for Brandon, by the way, 1050 for coming through. It's great to see you. I'm so glad to hear that you enjoyed the Xbox showcase as well. Let's read out your comment, actually. Show was a 10 out of 10, best showing in the last 10 to 15 years. That's a lot of years. But that clearly shows your excitement for it, so I'm really glad that you had a great one. It seems to be a theme, which is good because a lot of people enjoyed this show, and we have much to look forward to. Sorry, we here Xbox have too much goddamn game, must start complaining about they have too much game. There you go, read it verbatim. I'm not going to edit it for you.
Put it on you missed the emojis.
Yeah, sorry.
You could read out the emojis, please. Just
mind blown. 100%. How's that?
Good.
Explosion. Sorry, right, let's leave it there, shall we? No, thank you very much, everyone who's joined us for today's show. It was awesome winding up the Xbox showcase. Really good to see Xbox on top form after all of the things they've had going on recently. It's good to see them, answering to the naysayers, as you may say. That rhymed a little bit. But yeah, no, it's good stuff. Lots of great games on the show today. And thank you so much, everyone who's joined me on the show. First of all, my good man, Luke Steele, thank you for being part of the shows overall of this game showcase season, my friend. And it's been a lot of fun hanging out with you, as always.
Absolutely.
Would you like to shout out where the folks can find you, my friend?
Yeah, you find me on here and at Luke Steele 90 on X.
Fantastic stuff. And hopefully when you guys maybe get your little channel going up and running again, you had a little bit of a pause on it lately, haven't you? I don't know if you guys are going to be getting into it again, but I've put the link to your podcast channel over in the description as well, by the way. So check out their channel, guys. Luke and Scott, that is, by the way. So yeah, if you want to do that. Also, Paul AFC joining today. Thank you very much for being part of another one of these streams. It's second time on the channel now. So awesome having you back on, my friend. And yeah, would you like to shout out where they can find you, buddy?
Yeah, thank you, Indy. Thanks for the invite. I really enjoyed myself talking about Xbox and their rather stupendous showcase. Loved every minute of it, and I was delighted that you'd have me back on. So thank you very much. And if you wanted to follow me, Paul AFC on YouTube, Twitch, and X. And I look forward to jumping on with you again sometime soon. And shout out to Luke, Scott, and Stubbsy for putting up with me. Been a pleasure, lads.
It's been great hanging out with you, bro. Actually, one thing I'm going to do is just going to ask you just to say one thing right at the end, all of you guys, just very, very quickly. I just want to score out of 10. Just have to say off the cuff, score out of 10. I'm going to go to each one of you after I've done the 2 sign-offs with Scott and Stubbsy. Okay, so bear in mind that. Get your little score ready. I know you hate it, some of you guys, but we're going to do one. So finally, we got Scott and Stubbs. So Scott, firstly, thank you very much for being part of it, bro. Always a pleasure hanging out with you. Thank you for doing this. And yeah, would you like to shout where they can find you, my friend?
Yeah, appreciate it, mate. It's been great the past few days on the channel, just doing some live reactions. So thanks for having us on. It's been good fun. You can get me on X at SX2 Gaming. I think I forgot what my Twitter handle was there for a moment. So I'm sure the link's in the description. You can find it there. Yeah, it's been a pleasure, gents.
Give them a subscribe as well, as I say on their Untitled Games podcast, is that right? Always Untitled Gaming. Is it Untitled Games? You don't even know something.
Yeah, I can't remember, man. It's been a while since we've gone out over there.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe we'll have something new there.
Bring it back to life, my friend. Yeah. It's down there anyway. Check it out, guys. Stubbs Gaming, thank you very much for being part of it today. I know you love talking about Gears, and I'm really pleased for you once again. Looking forward to hearing about it on your show. But thank you for being part of it today. Would you like to shout out where people can find you, my friend?
Yeah, thanks for having me on, even though I sent you a DM saying if Gears isn't announced, I want to come on and talk about it.
Yeah, basically forced your way on. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah,
I did. No, pleasure anyway.
You'll be surprised to know that Lewis is in the WhatsApp group, and he's forwarded all my voice notes onto Mass Mayhem.
Not
so
that surprised.
There's a high chance that these clips could end up on the LOD perspective because they're all laughing. And Lewis reckons the screaming could be put in a game. It's that frightening.
Wowzers.
Apparently.
Amazing.
But thanks for having me on. You can find me at Stubbs Gaming on X. It's not called Twitter anymore. At Stubbs Gaming on YouTube, and we'll be live tomorrow night, 9 p.m. BST, 4 p.m. EST with myself, VJ, Removal Sanity, maybe Luke and Centurion, and I've still got to sort it out. But yeah, we'll be live there talking about the Xbox showcase, so I can rattle on about Gears again.
Going to be Gears Mania tomorrow. Yes. That's cool, mate. Well, I'm pleased you got your announcement for that. I'll tell you what I'll do then. I'll just grab, like I say, a score out of 10 from each of you guys. Just hit me with it. Or we don't need to go through much. Just give me the score, guys. I want to hit your scores. Then we'll go with Stubbs first. What was your score for the showcase? Just out of 10, my friend.
9.5.
Nice,
wow.
nice. Let's go for Scott next.
9.
Ooh, lovely. Paul, my friend.
I'm between 9 and 9.5, only because there wasn't everything with a release date. They didn't lock it down.
Okie doke.
If they locked everything down, I would have said that's probably a 10. That's as close as you're going to get.
So yours was final was 9, did you say?
Yeah.
Cool, 9.
Yeah, 9.
Lovely stuff. And then Luke, what was yours?
9.
9. Cool. Good stuff. Very good. Good, nice scores. Mine is
hear from yourself.
It's going to be. Thank you for asking, my friend. I appreciate it. No one cares about me usually. I'm going to go 8.5. No indie goodness. No, there was some indie goodness, but there was a little bit of indie goodness in there. Not enough for my taste. But yeah, 8.5. I can't deny the quality and what they've done for building their future, I suppose you could say, and hopefully bringing some faith back into the brand of Xbox, I would say, because there's a little bit frail in recent times, isn't it? in some people's eyes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's hopefully going to help them in that respect. But yeah, next time bring the indies back, Xbox. But yeah, no replaced, Paul. You know, big gun in that one front one. You know, you wanted your replaced. But yeah, no, thank you so much, everyone who's joined us, and shout out to the chat. Ruby in the house, UK Dazarus, Brandon. Who do we have as well? We had Goat Force Gaming in there, Blue Moon FC, Esky Boy, the Xbox Tester who popped in. I don't know who that is. They're saying "Hey Gorgeous." Don't know who that is to someone.
That's Maurice. He's got his own channel. He does,
do you know him now? I'm guessing, yeah.
Yeah. He's one of my buddies. He's in our WhatsApp group.
Okay, cool. Lovely stuff. But yeah, thank you everyone who joined us. You're all legends. I really appreciate the support. Feel free to subscribe, hit that like button, and join us for some more indie games content on the channel. But yeah, otherwise, guys, there's a few more showcases. I think Ubisoft tomorrow, so enjoy that. But enjoy gaming in general, and we'll catch you again on the next one.